word.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the show. Already kicking off in the chat. Good to see you all. Welcome to the show. We have one for you today. A whole bunch of fun stuff to get into. Let's get the screen down. We have the chat back up. Sad Boy SE up in here. Mikey Two Milk, Saint RN. Good to see you guys. Bishop Johnny K is okay. Right on. Well, thank you for okay. Was it suspected I wasn't? No sound. No sound. Hold on. There's no sound. Hold on. Nope, there's sound on there. It's not on my end. So it's on your end. I don't know what the deal is. Okay, now. All right. Well, yeah, I was going to say I not having sound is a big problem, and I was really worried about that there. But yeah, no, we're good. I'm coming through just fine. So thank you for that. We got our sound checks in. That's good. All right. We have a show. I don't have the links loaded up because I was a little late getting myself put together for the show today, but we have the show fully prepped. We're going to go for, oh, God. I looked up at the Los Angeles time and saw it as 12:06, and I thought, did I launch 2 hours early? How the fuck did I do that? Must be my end. Have a beat up this computer for the last time. All right. Magic legs. No, I don't have it. Aaron keeps giving me ammunition by eating butter on stream. He can't control himself at this point, says Saint Caesar. Well, I can't help you. I didn't watch the show. I tried, and then I had to tap out. That's all there is to that. Anyways, let's go ahead and load our first hour stories. I'm gonna drop my audio for a second, so don't go doing sound drops because I didn't get my first hour stories loaded up. We're going to talk about the Jeffrey Epstein stuff that we know about. I think I might have 2 Epstein stories if we don't get into all of it there. And then we've got some fun things about the... we're going to catch up on what we know about the Japanese airline that went down. And then we have a couple of news stories. We have an uplifting news story about a Burger King employee. And this, I swear I read this before. This can't be. No, it says January 3rd. I swear I've done that one before. But I know you're playing audio because I see your little speaker. And then we can do that. And the audio's back up and we're good. All right. All right, kitten. Let me get my leg up. It's okay, Tegra. Tag, no, they like you too. Feel free to join. I just have to do this first. And then I have to get this other one. They're too stiff today. I hate this condition. All right, so let's do this really awkwardly and then just launch up and show. Oh, a man failing to sit. Well, if the cat comes back, now she can sit on my legs. Egg Picker saying, hi. They gave it the way the customer wanted it. Well, I mean, yeah. Isn't that supposed to be the shtick, though? Isn't that what they always do? Yep, now you can jump up in here. Come on. Come on. Come on, Teg. You're just gonna annoy me doing this, so just here. Come here. There we go. We have the cat. Hooray. All right, now we can start a goddamn show. We have the audience. We have the cat. Audience cat. Cat audience. There we go. iPad Pro, the rescue while I work on the laptop. Well, I'm glad the iPad Pro is the rescue. Did Johnny fall down? Entirely too much intro. I'm sorry, Bud Britches. The intro was a little late, and the intro's usually that long. I just normally have audio bits playing through it. I'll work on that, I guess. We'll shorten the intro. How long is that thing, by the way? Is it 3 minutes? It's 2 minutes and 39 seconds. That's too much, apparently. That's too much. I assumed the 2 minutes and 39 seconds was a good time for like notifications to go out and people to find out. I'm an asshole. Might be time to get a sofa recliner. One that would be hard to do the show out of. If I put a recliner in this position. Yeah, I don't know how that works with the desk, if I'm honest. That seems very, very strange. Then I'd have to do the thing like I had to do when the egg chair was like stationary.
Cheer 100 crispy.
Thank you for the crispy bits. It'd be really weird. I'd have to raise the desk just to sit down. I don't know. Strange. We'll worry about it. We'll shorten the intro. We'll change the intro screens like we're trying to do, and then we'll shorten the intro. We'll get a recliner, I guess. Do the show from a. You see, if I have to do the show from a recliner, I need two things that I don't have. I need a large TV mounted off in the distance for me to see, and then I need like a director to like do all of the actual show stuff while I'm doing the show. You know, and then they'd have to like pull up additional bits and resources. It's a whole thing. That's a lot. I don't think we're there yet. We have a $50 a day show budget. I don't know that we can afford extra people. You can get relaxing gaming chairs with recliners now. This one has a kind of recliner-like feature, but it that doesn't help much, if you know what I mean. That wouldn't have changed a lot about what the earlier problem was, which was picking my legs up because they're super duper stiff. It just, I would have been setting them on one thing as opposed to another. I don't know if that. Anyways, alrighty. This is a weird self-help segment to start the show. Thank you very much. Get a topless director side boob for viewers. Yeah, I just don't think there's any ladies that I that want to be in on that. Just oh no, Johnny has stiff legs. That's not what's supposed to get stiff. Oh, the jokes. Get it? He's saying his dick don't work, but the legs are stiff as a board. The rest of it is playing pool with a rope. All right, so we have a couple of stories for you. We're gonna start with oh, this is you know what? We're gonna do one and then to the other, and we'll just clear that one out of the second hour, and we'll just do it now and do that. Where is it? Was it in the second hour or the third hour? Not guilty. There we go. Oops, sorry, did not mean to boop everybody. But let's get to the first list video thing here. Newly unsealed documents from a lawsuit connected to accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein will begin to be released Wednesday afternoon by an order of a federal judge in New York. With the exemption of 2 individuals who sought to remain under seal, the parties have formed... Wait a minute, no, I thought the whole list was being delayed. Again, why... If you're one of the people that's like a client, if we will, why do you get to request to stay anonymous? That seems really, really weird. Hi, I'm accused of committing a horrible crime, but I would like to not let anyone know about it. Let's just keep it between, you, me, and the sheets, as they say. The identities of a dozen people. So yes, this is the breaking news part. The newly unsealed documents from the lawsuit will begin to be released Wednesday afternoon. Exception 2 from the federal judge. So let's skip over that to the other part that we wanted to get to.
Let's do it.
81 contestants.
I did not
Space desserts.
even select this fucking thing. God damn it, Fox, and your stupid autoplay bullshit. After some major confusion about the ruling, the disclosure of a list of more than 150 associates of deceased pedophile Jeffrey Epstein will begin on Wednesday despite an appeal from a Jane Doe. The U.S. Court from Southern District of New York will begin publicizing this list and hold off on naming 3 Jane Does at least until January 22nd. Well, if the Jane Does are, people who were trafficked, then what do I care? So wait a minute. Now, the release of more than 150 names mentioned in court documents from a civil case filed by one of Epstein's victims was postponed. The documents won't be made public until at least January 22nd, the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York confirmed to a news station. The delay comes after a judge granted a 30-day extension to a Jane Doe to consider her appeal to remain confidential. So various John and Jane Does in this can appeal to remain confidential, and then based on the reasoning, it'll just be granted. So, like, when the list comes out, we'll get nobody. Jane Doe is very paranoid about her name being made public. She's been seen seeking continual extensions from the court and constantly fought to have her name redacted. Well, maybe she doesn't want people to know she was, one of the whoas. Oh, wow. Uh-oh, this is different than I thought. Okay, so, Jane Doe, number 38 or whatever, 107. Doe 107 writes in response to the court's based on counsel's representation, safety in her current country, the parties in the Miami Herald couldn't consent to. Okay, this isn't really shocking stuff. Let's go over here. Doe 107 shall by November 20th submit to court. Yes. Doe has previously stated she lives outside the United States in a culturally conservative country and lives in fear of her name being released. Oh. Interesting. So you were trafficked to somebody? Like, what was the deal? Like, you met your sultan and then he thought you were the only one? Like, what's interesting? Interesting. Now I am a wee bit curious about who you are, but okay. But that's just my point. If enough people are like, look, if you point this out, people are going to think I'm a piece of shit and I might suffer repercussions. Good. Unless you were a victim of being trafficked, good. If you were involved in this. But yes, the list is getting delayed, at least by this person. I don't know if is this some sort of like setup line to just delay the whole thing. Let's just push it out a little bit more, delay it again, and then we let them go. Release the Does. Right? I kind of want to know the John Does. I want to know the Johns. I don't want anyone involved in this to really like walk away with it. It's especially the repeat offenders. You know, if you're there once and is like, oh, I got suckered into something, I didn't know what it was. I figured I found out, and I'm like, fuck that. I ain't going to be part of that no more. Yeah, that's one thing. But no, if you're like, hey, no, I just, every weekend I go over to this guy's island and, hang out with a lady of unknown age. That's what I call hinky. Speaking of people who should suffer repercussions, apparently Jackson Mahomes prosecutors are now filing a motion to drop felonies as alleged victim refuses to cooperate with probe. Well, to be fair, not cooperating with a probe is how all this started. Mahomes wanted to probe. She said no. Mahomes was arrested in 2023 over the alleged incident in February. Kansas prosecutors on Tuesday filed a motion to dismiss 3 felony aggravated sexual battery charges against Jackson Mahomes, the brother of Kansas City Chiefs star Patrick Mahomes. A Johnson County judge will still have to approve the motion, and if it goes through, Mahomes will only have a misdemeanor charge remaining, according to Fox 4 KC. Great. That's exactly what you need. You need a complete human chud like this walking piece of shit to get away with absolutely no repercussions for being a piece of garbage. I'm sure that will help him right his wrongs. The alleged victim at the center of the case planned to assert her Fifth Amendment rights if she was compelled to testify, the station reported, citing court documents. Prosecutor says the alleged victim would tell the court she was not truthful to authorities and the 2023 encounter with the TikTok influencer was consensual even if immunity was offered. So wait a minute, you're just saying she wasn't truthful? Oh, she'd tell the court she was not truthful to authorities? Prosecutors were prepared to proceed with the case because victims recant or become uncooperative for a host of reasons, and that does not mean the original account to law enforcement was inaccurate. However, Ashens added to investigators tied to serve subpoenas in the case, but it has become clear that the alleged victim is actively thwarting attempts to serve her to avoid coming to court. Like I said from the beginning, Jackson has done nothing wrong, Mahomes attorney Brandon Davies told Fox 4 KC. Bullshit. Look at him. He has the world's most punchable face. He's posted videos of him being a complete piece of trash. You can say that this case might be overstated or he got over the line or whatever, but done nothing wrong? Again, I no. Even if you hadn't seen the numerous videos that he's posted where he is a complete piece of garbage by all standards, you can just look at this photo and go, no, out of all the people in this picture, that one really looks like he needs to be punched in the face. And his big thing, that's the other thing too, his big thing, the whole reason he's famous, the whole reason we know about him is his brother. Why is it his brother has two of the worst hangers-on in his own brother and his wife? I mean, wow. Oh. Anyways, so the alleged victim in the felony battery case is not the same person tied to the misdemeanor battery case, according to prosecutors. Mahomes pleaded not guilty to the charges last year. In February, Mahomes is being investigated for shoving a waiter and forcibly kissing the female owner of an Overland Park restaurant. The owner of the restaurant, Aspen Vaughn. Yeah. So this lady isn't testifying? Or is this not the same thing? He forcibly kissed me out of nowhere, and I'm telling him, pushing him off, saying, what are you doing? And I was outside the office door, and I was yelling for them to come help because he's big and massive. Brittany Mahomes' sister-in-law came to Jackson's defense in April. Right, they are ignorant, said the people. He is a human just trying to live his life and find his way until you walk a day in his shoes, which no one ever will. You have no right to say shit about him. I love extremely privileged people. They're like, until you've been through his trials, you don't understand. Bitch, try and walk a day in my shoes. My shoes don't even fucking walk. I hate that fucking walk a day in his shoes. His shoes are incredibly privileged because other people around him are successful. Fuck him. Fuck Jackson Mahomes and his quasi-rapey attitude. Because I saw the footage. That's rapey. So now this is the lady not testifying, or it's another... So that was a different case. Okay, so that case happened and that was a misdemeanor? And then this other one happened, and now this one won't come forward. Jackson Mahomes has done nothing wrong. Sir, I'd like to point to the video evidence. Again, it's documented that your client is a piece of shit. You could say he's not guilty in this case, but done nothing wrong. I would like to know, what has Jackson Mahomes done right other than come out of his mother's vagina after his brother? Lip. Thank you for interrupting. What was that? Thank you for the 1,000 channel points. Oh, thank you for the 1,000 channel points. Let's all right, let's go ahead and move on. We got a couple people in the chat. Oh no, Johnny is yeah, we got that. Egg picker, thank you. Ahoy, now come to my corner and sit on my hands. Oh, now to my corner to sit on my hands. I mean, you can comment. That's why the chat's up. We just had somebody forcibly comment with an audio bit. I mean, you have options. Thank you, YouTube, for stealing my punch. His gay retarded face comment. For the first time, it was funny. The sides of Johnny's shoe wear out before the bottom does. Oh! We got jokes louder than I thought. Sorry. Yeah, the audio was up a little bit, and it's not your fault, man. It's all good. That's why they're there. At any rate, we're pretty much done with that. There isn't any more to talk about it. I guess that's everything we have. Yeah, again, even the pictures the guy's in is just I hate that the wife. Until you walk a day in his shoes. Shut up, bitch. The only thing you do is catch fucking Mahomes' dick. That is literally your skill. Is that when he wants to fuck something, he chooses you. Because again, we have documented evidence of your behavior and you as a personality. There ain't a whole lot there, if you know what I mean. You weren't going to be a social media sensation without at first taking a few loads from Mr. Mahomes. Alrighty, so again, fuck Jackson Mahomes. Okay, so we're done with that. We have some more information on the Japanese plane incident that happened recently for those of us that want to catch up on that. Mahomes has a punchable face, and it should not be a peachable fence. Thank you, sad boy. Rusty Grammar, trying to get the Muhammad Ali thing. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad you busted out the shoehorn, but I don't think it fits. Thank you for the snowball. Who was that? Close but no cigar. Lab Glass with 100 bits. We better check so we know where the sticker party is. 100 in. Long ways off. No worries. We're $15 away from clearing out Monday the 18th, I think is where our goal currently sits at. Yep. Monday, March 18th. $15 away from breaking that business right on out into the other side. Break on through to the other side. I bet I know what this is. I bet this isn't supposed to all. This should all be. That's one of the reasons. Should all be 11. And it fits a little. It still looks off. I don't know why. It looks like it bumped in the middle. And it's driving me nuts. All right, anyhow, definitely a jigsaw puzzle piece that couldn't be pounded in. I mean, it could be, but it just doesn't always work, is just my point. Sometimes if you do, the picture still doesn't fit. All right, so let's go ahead and grab our next little story thing we have here. Like I said, the Jackson Mahomes thing was just a little bitty thing. And we've already mentioned how, by the way, spoiler alert, people don't want their names coming out. Turns out if you worked with Jeffrey Epstein, you really don't want your name coming out because it might not look good on your resume. I'm in a very culturally conservative country, and I fear for my safety if my name comes out. In other words, you think you're going to be beheaded. But would you? I suppose, because I don't know. At any rate, if you had something to do with it and you weren't someone who was like trafficked or used as a sex puppet, I quite frankly think your name probably should come out. Anyhow, we have our story from the all week. This has been a thing. The earthquakes in Japan led to an airplane leaving to do some sort of like aid or rescue efforts, a Coast Guard plane, and that collided with a passenger plane on a runway. So these are the latest developments in that story. We'll flip over here to get that. And here we go. Boop, boop,
from air traffic
boop.
control.
So we know from the Transport Ministry they've released the official transcript of what happened during those crucial 4 minutes from 5:43 p.m. local time to 5:47 p.m.
Again, crucial 4 minutes because after those 4 minutes, both of the planes were fucked up and a bunch of people were dead. So again, the crucial 4 minutes because after that, some not reversible shit happened.
During those 4 minutes, the Coast Guard turboprop aircraft was taxiing on the runway, getting ready to take off. At the same time, the Japan airliner was making its final descent into...
Did he inadvertently slip into English? It was taxiing on the runway, and it went the wrong way on the runway. Something wrong.
airliner was making its final descent into Haneda. Listen now to the instructions that were given. First, you're going to hear from the commercial flight to air traffic control, and then you're going to hear the instructions that air traffic control gave to that Coast Guard plane.
Japan 5 and 6, continue approach, clear for right.
So that is the recording from the air traffic control side. You know, the Japan airliner had...
Ooh, wow. And oh my God, my pins and needles. You have a plane saying it's going to land and a guy going to C5. My question is, how did they sink his battleship?
the all clear to land on runway C, and the Coast Guard plane was told to proceed to the holding point, basically stay in place and stay there until it's time for you to take off. But of course, we know that the Coast Guard plane was actually right in the path of the Japan airliner as it was landing. When the two planes hit, there was that massive fireball. And of course, we know what happened yet. At least 5 of the Coast Guard crew members were killed, and everybody on board the plane was able to evacuate with just seconds to spare. But the crew...
And their bowels did as well. Seriously, if you don't shit yourself when you're in a plane collision on the ground, I don't know when you do. Because most plane collisions are mid-air collisions. They're extremely rare. But to have a mid-air collision on the ground, well, that's something special. Commemorate the moment. Crap your pants.
Crucial question. Did the Coast Guard pilot not know where he was, or did air traffic control not know the actual location of the plane when they said to hold point?
We're going to play a fun game.
To spare, but the crucial question.
How many fucking hot dogs do you need to buy with how many bun packages so that they come out goddamn even? I'm tired of leftovers one way or the other. Let's do that one again. Boop.
Seconds to spare, but the crucial question.
What do we know about the cocaine in the White House? All right, this works better if my hand would work better.
But the crucial question.
Is the clitoris real, and has it been scientifically documented?
To spare, but the crucial question.
Will we ever find out what the fuck was going on with Lost? Was it a dinosaur? Were they dead? I don't know. I don't know, and it's bothering me years later.
Seconds to spare, but the crucial question.
Did Epstein hang himself with paper clothes? Like, did he? I mean, none of us think it happened, but if he did, let's just say he did. Impressive, right? Like, I've seen those paper pants. I've worn those paper pants. They use them in hospitals all the time. Those things can't support shit, especially if you take a shit. And it's just, oh, man. Lost was purgatory. They had to find themselves again. You're welcome. Is that really true? Okay. Just the time jump stuff and the dinosaur and the just was all over the place. You're right. We have ended the bit.
Did the Coast Guard pilot not know where he was, or did air traffic control not know the actual location of the plane when they said to hold point? And why did none of the 3 pilots in the cockpit of the Japanese airliner not see that there was a plane in the runway right in their path and abort the landing? They have not found...
I can answer that last question, but you won't like what I'm going to tell you. There's a very, very good reason for why the pilots of the Japanese airliner did not see the aircraft on the runway. Airliners are very instrumentational, so it's very difficult to see outside of the cockpit. It can be very easy to lose an object like a plane until you're right on top of it, and then by then, you're locked in, you know? So that's why. That is why. They probably had trouble seeing. What did you think I was going to say? Major jail cells, or most jail cells, have never seen I've never seen, I can't read. Most jail cells I've ever seen in documentaries and heard from other people, there's literally nothing to even tie a string or sheet around to even attempt to unalive oneself. Yeah, I don't know, but he was in a solitary confinement thing. Hey, thank God the camera's cut out just in the time of his death, so we'll never know. You know, that's the beautiful thing. You know, we had him under 24-hour surveillance, but right during the time of his death, oops-a-doodles. Fallen, they should have opened their eyes more. Again, what I'm saying is airplanes are very instrumentationally driven. They might not have had full view. You know, you get a very straight-on view. It's like in a knight's helmet where you got the little slit for eyes. You can't see a lot. You can see a lot in the distance. But if the plane wasn't on the runway when it was there, and then they're coming in, and then they're up. Because, again, remember, when they're coming in for a landing, they're pitching that nose up. Just like I pitched mine over. They're pitching that nose up, man. They might not have been able to see it, all right? I don't know how wide their eyes would have had to have gone to be able to see through that thing, you know? There is camera footage of Epstein. William Barr watches out, and there's no need for public to see it, I believe. Not sure what we're talking about. All right, anyways, let's go with this video again. So, again, they didn't see the plane on the runway.
On the cockpit voice recorder for the commercial plane, it's still sitting right there in the middle of the runway, a pile of metal and plastic. They have located the cockpit voice recorder for the Coast Guard aircraft, so those are going to be the crucial questions as they search for more answers as to how all of this happened.
Will, Japan Airlines also said the in-flight system malfunctioned, I think is what they said, during an evacuation of the passengers. The crew was actually using a megaphone to communicate. What more we...
The plane was on fire, Bob. Shit was burning, all right? I don't know if you know this, was not ideal operational situation for the airplane. Of course, some of the stuff broke, but everybody got out okay, all right? And when we play back the airline recorder, it will say, "We coming in for a landing. Oh, who in the runway? Oh, we broke the plane." Like, I feel horrible for what I just did. Let's just be clear. I don't regret it. I do feel bad.
How all of this happened.
Will, Japan Airlines also said the in-flight system malfunctioned, I think is what they said, during an evacuation of the passengers. The crew was actually using a megaphone to communicate. What more are we learning about this?
Yeah, we're getting some really interesting new video, eyewitness video from inside the plane during those crucial seconds. And a lot of things were actually going wrong. Some of the exit doors, passengers say, were not operational. And yes, as you mentioned, the communication system of the plane was not working, which meant that the flight attendants had to basically pull out the megaphones and shout to get everybody off the plane while there was a lot of other things happening. Take a look at this.
Get everyone out. This plane is burning so really loud. Come on. The emergency door's over there. Come on. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm having fun today. I apologize. You look like, one second. You look like you are just hating yourself. Maybe just in this still frame. I don't know. Let's bring the chat box back up. I just had to show everybody what a sourpuss he's paused on. CNN be like, "We have video, LOL dinosaurs." Okay, Egg Picker. That one's... All right, the publicly released photo of him in jail doesn't even look like him, especially not the nose. Well, that's why it's a fall guy. Okay, guys, we've landed and the plane is burning. Okay? The plane is burning. These people are remarkably calm for sitting in a oversized can that is on fire. One guy kind of like, all right, so we got to get up and get out of here? Fallen the Great saying, I speak Japanese. That little girl clearly said, oh my God, that's Godzilla. I don't think so. Let's go back. I didn't hear that. I did not hear that. Let's play. You know what the worst part is with Japanese women? You can't tell the age of that voice. You can't. I mean, it sounds 5. Could be 5, could be 15, could be 18. You don't know. Young, probably, but don't know.
What this video shows us is that, yes, it was chaotic. There was black smoke filling...
Again, I didn't hear any reference of Godzilla. And shame on you, racist asshole. Who cares if the smoke was black or white? Smoke does not commit offense based on smoke color. Right?
The cabin, the flames were getting closer. They were just outside the windows. People didn't grab...
I didn't hear Godzilla. I didn't. You guys keep saying Godzilla, and I believe me, I wish it was Godzilla. But I did not hear Godzilla. I was listening. You know what? We'll go back one more time. Boop. And just a couple seconds more. Boop. There's Godzilla. Urgh.
Outside the windows, people didn't grab for their carry-on bags. There was no arguing or pushing and shouting. People just listened to the instructions, and they got off the plane safely. All of them did. It's a lesson for anyone who travels and flies on planes to look at very closely, guys.
No, that's not. How did I rewind the video and it went further forward? I'm weirded out now. Some Japanese women, you can't tell their age in general. Yes, why do you think I find them fascinating and captivating? They're like immortal. It's cool. It's really, really awesome. Saint Aren, indeed, they are small. No, the size isn't the thing. Just kind of an agelessness. Carry-on bags, you mean Hello Kitty bags. I mean, come on. Do you really think there was a Hello Kitty bag on that plane? That is a horrible, is that racist? I don't know if that's racist, but that seems bigoted. Hello Kitty bag. I mean... Follow the Great. Oh, my bad. It was Kirdra, the monster Godzilla fights. Oh, I'm sorry. It was Kirdra. My bad. I didn't hear them say anything about anyone attacking. I've seen all of those. They're very clear when they say it in the movies. I'm just saying. Very, very clear. Just heard nothing. All right. We have a few more stories to get through. We have about 15 minutes left in the first hour. We're bringing it in for a landing. We've still got a bunch of stories to talk about. We'll be moving. Oh, wait. We already did that one, though. We did the update on the clients list on Epstein. So we've covered that. Oh, we only have the 3. That's not too many. And then after we get through that, that'll be our first hour stuff. We're going all the way till 5:30. If you're having a fun time, please click the thumbs up, like, subscribe, comment, donate to the show. We are currently fully funded on to the 15th, and we're like $15 away from knocking that out. So if you want to throw a little into the show, we just kind of keep kicking that goal out. And if anything like last year, we'll probably end up catching up to it around the summer. And then it'll be really rough. The summer slump will catch in, and we have no cushion. Alrighty, Fallen the Great saying, I'm sorry, I learned Northern dialect, asshole. Dude, I didn't even learn. I just studied. Cartoons and a ramen shop menu. That's all I've got. And an adorable cat. When you're suffering through a famine, have a cat. Oh. Well, I don't think that's what he meant by pussy famine. Oh. Sugar Rush song parody. Get in your seat. Jump in your plane. Cough, cough. It just summer collection plate incoming. Maybe Aaron's not using hers. Nobody clipped that at all. Oh my God. I was about to say Aaron and April aren't using theirs. My retarded brain smashed them together and turned it into Aaron isn't using hers. Oh my God, that's good. Oh, fun. Sad boy SE, you making soup? No. There's not enough meat on this cat anyway. This cat is a scrawny cat. She is a thinly little cat. She is a thinly cat. A well-fed, well-loved, thinly cat. All right, let's quit fucking around. We got a real show to do, goddammit. We have about 2.5 hours left in the program, so let's get into our next story that we're going to talk about. The Justice Department has been very serious about going after everyone involved in January 6th. They've even put, what was it, was it 20 years or something outrageous like that? They put, years of time on people who weren't even there, but they were associated or some shit. They've really gone out above and beyond. And by God, finally, they are bringing the hammer down on the leader, the insurrectionist, the head man. And they said Ray Epps should be behind bars for his role in January 6th for 6 months. 6 months, because we have people serving 10, 15, 20 years for their involvement as insurrectionists in their attempt to coup d'etat the country, which, by the way, none of that actually happened. It was a riot that got a little out of hand, and they walked around in government buildings where normally they would not have free reign. That is literally the extent of all of it. There were some people injured. There were a whole lot of people that injured themselves the day after. A whole lot of police that took a way out. Odd. What do we have here? Saint Irene with a clip. Let's check this out from Saint Irene. I'm sure this is not bad at all. Summer collection plate incoming. Maybe Aaron's not using hers. Summer collection plate incoming. Maybe Aaron's not using hers. Summer collection plate incoming. Maybe Aaron's not using hers. That was fun. That was fun. It also made me realize I've lost weight, which is good. Losing weight is good. I'm proud of that. I'm proud to have lost weight. I have a lot of shirts. I've jumped the gap from 1X or XL, whatever you want to call it. XL, how many magazines you attempting to sell? But no, I've gone from XL down to L. And now that I've gone down, now all my shirts look frumpy because I'm smaller. Gotta get new shirts. Popular clips from Just Chatting. We have interesting popular clips from Just Chatting. Drama gaming reacting. Normal day in NYC. Let's see normal day in NYC.
Happy New Year. There we go. Wait, are you? Oh my god! Oh my god! Nice to meet you. Happy New Year. There we go.
How many more fans do they have than me? How much bigger channel? Look at that chat moving. How many people are watching this thing? She's spanking her ass. Really?
Wait, are you? Oh my god! Oh my god!
Did someone say come on, Tigger, or did that sound like what I thought it did?
Leaving her hanging.
All right, come on, Tigger. All right, there we go. It was come on, Tigger. Alrighty, no more titty streamers on here unless they're obviously wearing clothes. So I look and see what's on. There's a fucking land cow with udders the size of cow udders on front page. Sheesh. Oh God. I was worried you were talking about me being a land cow. But, I'm not on the front page, so. She said Tigger. Yeah, she said Tigger. I heard Tigger. At any rate, so that's that. Thank you for the clip. I shouldn't see what other more successful clips. I'll just, oh my God, I didn't have the my inspirational signal running. Alrighty, there we go. So we've got that. Yes, the DOJ, 6 months. 6 months for Ray Epps. I love how you're a conspiracy theorist to say that the January 6th job was an inside deal set up to make Donald Trump a villain to be able to imprison, impeach, or in some way prevent from running for election. And when people say, no, that it was a threat to democracy, right, because Donald Trump had nothing to do with it, so why would we, again, people on his behalf. He didn't actually ask there to be an insurrection. He didn't tell people to storm the Capitol. The guy who did, 6 months in jail. Everybody else, 10 years, 20 years. I wasn't even there. 25 for that guy. Well, what about this guy who said who claimed to have started it in a text message and who is constantly on video at the head of this, kind of really stoking the fire and getting everybody going? What about him? 6 months. He seems like an innocent bystander, just wrongly caught up in all of this. Again, it makes me feel a lot more like I'm right when you do this stuff right out in front. Let's go ahead and look at this. Although Epps engaged in felonious conduct during the riot on January 6th, his case includes a variety of distinctive and compelling mitigating factors which led the government to exercise its prosecutorial discretion and offer Epps a pre-indictment misdemeanor plea resolution. Specifically, Epps 1 turned himself into the FBI 2 days after the riot. Of course he did. He had to report into work, asshole. immediately after becoming aware the FBI was seeking to identify him. Really? You couldn't just do roll call? Cooperated with both the FBI and Congress, participating in multiple lengthy voluntary interviews, and 3, engaged in at least 5 efforts on January 6th to de-escalate the conflict and avoid violence between rioters. What proof of that do you have? We have a video of him telling the kid to attack the thing. Oh, but he said he was de-escalating. He said we have to go down to the Capitol. Didn't he tell people to bring guns? De-escalating my ass. Fucking A. He also expressed what appears to be sincere remorse, although he continues to suspiciously blame members of Antifa secretly posing as Trump supporters for the violence and property damage that occurred. No. That wasn't Antifa. Those were FBI. Again, by the government's own admission, hundreds of unknown, unnamed agents were there that day. Finally, Epps has been the target of a false and widespread conspiracy theory that he was an undercover government agent on January 6th. Right? And the best way that we can prove that he wasn't is a sweetheart deal. They lightened his sentence because he was the target of a false and widespread conspiracy theory. The criminal information charges that Epps did knowingly and with intent to impede and disrupt the orderly conduct of government business and official functions, engaged in disorderly and disruptive conduct, and within such proximity to a restricted building and grounds, that is, any posted, cordoned off, or otherwise restricted area within the United States Capitol and its grounds where the Vice President was and would be temporarily visiting, and so that such conduct did in fact impede and disrupt. Right. And despite the fact that he admitted it, we have actual documents from the let's look over to this video screen here quick. So the person asking the questions, this is again from a court thing. So it looks like around 9 a.m., your nephew texts you and Jim safe. And then at 12 p.m. on January 6th even, not 6th. On January 6th, you text back, I was in front with a few others. I also orchestrated it. This is the exact same time of the video that I just played. Help us understand this text. What do you mean by orchestrate? What did you orchestrate? And then the man answers, I just meant that you have to understand our relationship. Uncle, nephew, I fuck him in the butt. We hunt together. We have fun with each other. Oh my God, you did say you fuck him in the butt. We have fun with each other. I know what that means. We do that kind of stuff. What I meant by orchestrate, I helped get people there. You led the goddamn charge. It's in the videos. So again, because we suspect that, and the video evidence. Oh, let's play the Tucker Fox thing. Let's go to Tucker on the Fox thing.
Last summer, the Times published a video documentary in which the Times reported that one man was actually caught on camera planning an insurrection, encouraging a breach of the Capitol complex. That man's name is Ray Epps. Now, the New York Times noted that Epps was videotaped on both January 5th and January 6th, urging protesters to storm the Capitol. Here it is.
Right. He started the day before. I helped get people there. You started the day before to an audience of people. that were screaming Fed at you then and there, and you still want to pretend like, oh, I had nothing to do with it. Harmless guy. Oh, I helped get people there. Yeah, they asked you for directions. Fucking piece of shit. Again, I'm a real conspiracy theorist for believing that this guy is completely on the government dime when he gets 6 months to, again, people serving 20 years and they weren't even there. Everybody who's involved with this apparently has to serve hard time. The one guy we have on film leading the charge in multiple cases, taking and claiming responsibility in a text message. By the way, claiming responsibility in little more than a text message is the justification we give to shoot down terrorists in Hamas and Israel and Gaza and them. How is it that this guy gets to go, oh, well, that wasn't what I didn't say what I'm, you have to understand our relationship. No, you claimed responsibility, sir, because you wanted to brag to your nephew. Either you did this or you didn't. Did you lead this thing or not? Is that you in the video or not? Because the guy in the video is leading this thing. That's all I'm saying.
We need to go in to the Capitol. Let's go! So I'm going to put it out there. I'm probably going to go to jail for it. Tomorrow, we need to go into the Capitol. Into the Capitol.
Yeah, everybody starts chanting Fed. Everybody starts saying no. Where is his this is de-escalating? He de-escalated? That's why he's getting a 6-month sentence. He de-escalated. Dude, I'm getting escalated watching this. This is such BS. Oh my God. Oh, well, he at numerous points he attempted to de-escalate. You mean the point at which he told the kid to crash the barrier? The point where he told people to go down to the Capitol building? Or the point here where the day before he's telling everybody, I'm probably going to get arrested. We need to go into the Capitol building, into the Capitol. There was nobody else there making those chants and charges. It was this guy. And it's literally documented. It's not AI. It's not deepfake. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a person with eyes, and I watched a thing. Right, but the government is not in on this at all, and it wasn't any sort of sticky wicket to paint a guy they don't want in as really, really bad so they can keep a super corrupt guy they want to keep in as better. Right. Right. Okay, folks, spread the word. We're going to the Capitol. This is a de-escalate. Are you kidding me? This video footage should be enough alone to give him the maximum sentence that they've given anybody else. He should be serving as much time as anybody else. If you're a family member who lost a family member because they got washed up in all of this, they were just there. They might not even be a Trump supporter. They just got kind of caught up in the crowd moving, and we all did it. We were part of the moment, whatever. They might be serving a couple of years in jail just because they walked somewhere they weren't supposed to. Meanwhile, this asshat that started everything, 6 months. 6 months. Because he turned himself over to the FBI right away. Because he knew he had to get his sweetheart deal. Again. 6 months. Yeah, he's not a government plant at all.
Now, in a lot of ways, that's the strangest video to emerge from January 6th. We played it several times in this show. Quote, we need to go into the Capitol. Into the Capitol.
Yeah, he specifies into.
He says it repeatedly. He's so emphatic about it, encouraging other people to commit a crime, that the crowd around him decides he must be a federal agent. They began chanting, as you just heard, Fed, Fed. So shortly after that video surfaced, the FBI placed Ray Epps on a list of people wanted for questioning, and they released it to the public. And you can understand why they did that. According to the Justice Department, what Ray Epps did on that video is a federal crime. In fact, the Biden administration has charged several people with seditious conspiracy for doing precisely what you just saw Ray Epps do, urging others to enter the Capitol complex on January 6th. Here, for example, is a quote from a DOJ press release. It describes the federal case against 5 members of the so-called Proud Boys, the group you're supposed to be terrified of. Quote, on January 6, 2021, the defendants directed, mobilized, and led members of the crowd onto the Capitol grounds and into the Capitol, end quote. Again, that's what you just saw Ray Epps try to do.
Not only try, even in his own admission, he helped get people there. So he literally admits he did that.
Others who have done that are in prison or facing long terms in prison. But no charges have ever been filed against Ray Epps, despite the fact...
Don't worry, we got him finally. 6 months. 6 months! Sandra, he's a Fed. Just ask Granny got banned. Well, Granny will know. I don't know if you guys know this. Granny's a Fed.
There's no question he did it because, once more, it's on tape. That's very strange. It just is. And we don't care how many people call us names for pointing that out. It is strange. And we'd like an answer to what the heck is going on. Now, we've asked Ray Epps on this show repeatedly to explain why he thinks he has escaped prosecution. And we'll ask him once again tonight, and we will keep asking, because we think it is a very obvious and important question that gets to the heart of what is this exactly.
This was an aim This was an aim to get Trump supporters and then paint Trump in a way that leaves him legally open to being barred from running for president. Again, and I don't think, like, here's my tinfoil fat conspiracy theory 2 cents. I don't think it's because he's so star-spangled awesome as a president. I don't think it's because he's what the country needs and he's not part of the secret super-duper agenda. No. I think solely for one reason. He's not part of the military-industrial complex, and he has no interest in being part of the military-industrial complex. He has no interest in feeding it. He has no interest in entertaining it. He has no interest in doing anything to it. I think he knows enough to know that he can't, but he has no interest in it. None. And that's why they don't want him in, because they can't keep pumping out their wars to keep pumping out their money. Look at the last 3 years with Ukraine. That's why they don't want him in. Is he the man who's going to put it all back the way it was when I loved my bank account, my wife blew me every night? No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe. He's certainly a better bet for that outcome than Biden. And if we come down to it, like I'm telling you, man, that's it. We're all just screwed. Yeah, kind of. Because again, in my opinion, and I'm saying this as a hypocrite. Let's be clear. Let's be entirely clear. I'm saying this as a hypocrite. In my opinion, the events of January 6th were the biggest sign to this country that we need to stop the FBI and the alphabet agencies. They have way too much power, control, and they do way too much subversive shit. And then on top of that realization, then going backwards and looking at history the way it's been told to me, and then the facts you look at with things like Nixon and Kennedy. Like, you look at those, and you go, oh, shit, they've been doing this all along. Like, again, it's the shooter scenario. You can't take out the head. It's a conglomerate. And we got to get rid of the machinations they use to do it, man, but you can't. And anyone that tries to, they're going to get rid of you. Trump managed to do it without getting snuffed. That's his big win. Johnny, I'm sorry, you're going to commit suicide. What? Chevy JB. The sad part is with that, fuck it, who would doubt it? You know? No offense. I don't, I honestly, like, you could text Aaron right now, like, Johnny just committed suicide. And he'd probably believe you. He knows more. Yeah. He'd check quick. He'd probably like, all right, I'll just text the fucker. Like, hey, dude, you doing a show? Alrighty. But at any rate, yeah, no, I'm sure they're gonna come after me. I'm sure Uncle Sam's really worried about old Johnny Crutches down here. speaking truth to like 50, 60 people. I'm sure they're really, really worried about me. Leaf filter affiliate. I don't even know what that is. All right, there we go. Got the phone in case people. Because of the CIA, I can watch Lethal Weapon 1, then Air America for the same plot. I don't know. You can audit the alphabet groups. The problem is there's a couple that need to go. Homeland Security needs to go. That was built under false pretenses. The monitoring our people thing needs to go. But here's the other thing. What I really love, how much effort we're putting in monitoring the people of the country, but we're not monitoring the people that walk into the country. Those people are just allowed to just fucking putz around all day long. So, at any rate, thank you for being part of the show on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. We're having a great time. Hope you are too. Wow, low numbers on Rumble. All right, then. I guess maybe they were all just people multi-streaming it. At any rate, let's get over to our next story. Again, the Department of Justice, 6 months, and we're all supposed to think, oh, this guy isn't a federal agent at all. They're just giving him 6 months. 6 months. 6 months! I feel like I got a zit coming up on my nose right here. Something hinky right there. Alrighty, so moving on to our next story, because we're actually getting a little behind. Time's moving by. We got to catch up. We planned a whole show. We're going to do a whole show. Oh, is this in a mall? That makes it sadly even worse. Oh, dear Lord. Okay, let's do this. A Burger King employee who went 27 years without missing a day of work buys his first home thanks to donations. A Burger King employee celebrated for an impeccable attendance. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, good for this guy getting a home. I'm happy for that. But so apparently the bar has sunk now. If you take a job that was never meant to be a career, if you take a non-career, mindless cog in the machine profession, you can buy a home. Look, I think you should be able to afford an apartment. You should be able to afford to live. But Ray Epps was under NTA. I mean, maybe. Kind of. Certainly seems that way. He came in awful quick. He knew they were looking for him. And he thought, oh, you know what? I'm going to go turn myself in. Here you go. Clap the cuffs on me. Like I said, lightest sentence that there is. I'd love to hear from that kid. But I'm sure that they got to him already. And they said, look, if you talk to anyone about what Ray Epps told you about pushing that barrier down and charging forward, we'll ruin your life. So if anyone asks, all he said was, don't do it, son. That's all you got to say. He told me, don't do it, son. And your life can continue just the way it is. Like, I bet you that's what they threw at him. It wouldn't be hard to. They are the American government. Like, that's the worst part with the people that defend. Is like, yes, because the American government's solely interested in helping out you. Because you're so star-spangled awesome. Again, as someone who lives on government aid, no, they don't want to help you out even when you explain to them why you need help. They really don't. And when they give you even a little bit of help, they want to bend you over the barrel about every which way about everything that you do. And if you go against them in the slightest way, no help for you, sir. No help for you. That's the land of the free. Anyways, back to this. Enough being depressing. Burger King employee got himself a house. Hooray, happy day. See, this story says January 3rd, 2024, but I'm about to read a thing about June 2022. So this better not be a really old story with like, and a new caveat, he painted his door. All right, the guy who worked at BK never missed 20-something years and only got a crappy bag for working there so long. Oh! Okay, well, in June of 2022, Kevin Ford gained widespread attention. Oh, for, as you said, posting a TikTok video showcasing the gifts he received for his 27 years of service at a fast food giant. The gifts included a movie ticket, a Starbucks cup, a bag of Reese's Pieces, 2 packs of Lifesavers, 2 pens, a lanyard. Oh, God, let's go to the video.
And I won't fight the waves.
I love that you guys all have to add audio. I'm just saying we could try to be I don't know, a little more artistic. We could speak. He's worked there for 27 years, never missed a day of work. Oh, so he is actually talking. Someone's posting this, and they're just putting audio over it. Why are you horrible at your job? I'm taking a piece of video, and I'm going to circulate it on TikTok, but as opposed to this guy talking, I'm just going to post a fucking, what is it, Macy Gray song? Oh, I'm so fucking worthless people. TikTok is for worthless people. American TikTok, anyway. I'd love to be hearing about him talking about this. At any rate, so I'm not going to play this video because this one sucks. I agree with Tim Pool. It was an inside job. To what extent isn't clear, but there is footage of police peacefully escorting and having pictures taken with those who were later arrested. There's a lot of questionable footage. But one thing here's one thing I will say. I'm not going to say that the police escorted them in and people had permission, but I am going to say it looks very much like one of the well-known, if not the instigator and agitator of the whole thing, is very much in the government pocket. And we have a lot of information about unknown men and women that are FBI informants that were there. So, yeah, really interesting. Really interesting. I don't trust any of it, especially with, again, they arrest people who weren't even there and they're putting them in jail for 20 years. But people who literally called for it to happen, 6 months. People who insisted that this had to happen, 6 months. And you want to say again, oh, well, he attempted to de-escalate. Yeah, but he also caused it. He also started it. He also said, we have to go into the Capitol. We have to go into the Capitol. We have to go into the Capitol building, not march down to the Capitol. Not we have to go to the Capitol. No, we have to go into the Capitol. He's the one who is specifying in. Again, if he didn't plan it, in his own words, if he didn't orchestrate it, by which I mean literally cause the whole thing, then that's not Ray Epps in that video. Then he's saying that's someone else who looks like him. And I don't think he's saying that either, because he orchestrated it by his own words. Anyways, we are really falling behind on the time. We still have one last thing from our first hour stories, and then we're going to move over to the second hour. We're going all the way till 5:30. Thank you for being part of the program. Hope you're having a good time. I think I want to drop the... I mean, it's technically fitting for the time of year, but the overall mood of the background is sad. I think I want to get rid of it. All right. So let's get over to these. Vivek Ramaswamy, whatever. I can't read his name, apparently. He's been making the rounds on social media. Vivek's apparently got a lot of viral clips popping out that he's sharing from his from his tour of the U.S. while he's trying to become a president. Let's go to this. Now, a lot of people really like him in these clips, his performance, what he says, what he does. I go back to Ray Epps, and I go, okay, what building are you trying to lead me into? That's the thing. I'm starting to be the thing where he's too slick, he's too smooth. How are you trying to kill me? I think you're out to get me too, man. You're another government guy. All right, let's go. Boop.
I'm not going to recite some catechism for you. I'm against vicious racial discrimination in this country. So I'm not pledging allegiance to your new religion of modern wokeism, which actually fits the test. I'm not going to bend the knee to your religion. I'm sorry. I'm not asking you to bend the knee to mine, and I'm not going to bend the knee to yours. But do I condemn vicious racial discrimination? Yes, I do. Am I going to play your silly game of gotcha? No, I'm not. And frankly, this is why people have lost trust. And I know you're going to go print the headline tomorrow. I already know this. We already know how your game works. Vivek Ramaswamy refuses to condemn white supremacy because you asked a stupid question. The reality is, I condemn vicious racial discrimination in this country, but the kind of vicious and systematic racial discrimination we see today is discrimination on the basis of race in a very different direction. You want to know what the best way is to end discrimination on the basis of race? Stop discriminating on the basis of race. Do that, and we're going to move this country forward. And I don't care whether you're black or white or brown or anything in between. That's how we're going to unite this country. You people have been responsible for dividing this country to a breaking point, creating a projection of national division. I meet people from the south side of Chicago to meetings like this one of every shade of melanin, multiple, from man to woman, doesn't make a difference, who are hungry for reviving unity in this country. And you, with your catechism that you try to get to politicians to whatever fake headline you're going to print on the basis of this conversation tomorrow, that's what's dividing this country to a breaking point. Shame on you. Look people in the eye and tell them what you've actually failed to tell them for the last 5 years. Own the accountability for your own failures as the media. That's how we rebuild trust in this country. And until then, I don't have a lot of patience to play the games.
Well, you did have a minute and a half. You did have a minute and a half. He missed out. He missed out Yellow, the racist. Shame. I mean, maybe. I gotta figure out a way to put you know what? I'm an asshole, but I'm gonna do this right now. Where is the chat box? Let's go to projector properties. Theme clean. Ooh, boxed, Twitch, old school, chunky. I want. What's Twitch? No, that's still not. Whatever. Chat delay, hide delay, disable animations. I just want it to be the background color. Here we go. I just wanted the background color to be a little. I want it to be a little smoky. Just wanted to break the background up a little bit because the diamond is gone. What? Let's go over here. Now I have to move this over here. My bits diamond is gone, says Was Phil Smalls. That's on the chat display. Here, I'll put it back to the original one. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out. I wanted it to just fog out the background so the chat box stood out a little better. And because when I go over to the internet and I go these videos, if they have a white background, a lot of times it washes out, and I hate that. Can't read the chat. That's part of the show. It's part of the show. Properties. The theme. We'll go back from theme to Twitch to clean. There we go. It's the clean theme. There we go. Always show messages. Chat. There is no delay. There is a max hide delay. I don't know what that. 200 seconds. Oh, so then it hides after 0 seconds. Oh, okay, that's where we are. All right, there we go. Just can't fucking get what I want. So, test, says Egg Picker. I might have changed shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, let's go ahead, and that's the end of that Ramaswamy clip. Let's go over to the next one. Test, says Egg Picker. There we go. We got another one. So now this was the Washington Post that he had this little spaff with. Big old balls covered in spaff. Now, this is another weird one. Riding Dirty Llama. F? What's F? What are we effing? All right, so this one's another clip that's gotten pretty big. Vivek Ramaswamy posted this one himself. My piano teacher gave me a biography of Ronald Reagan and told me to read it. 20 years later, I'm playing one of her favorite pieces on the campaign trail in Iowa. Do we want to watch him be a douche and play a piano? Who's the teacher? Is the teacher the lady in the orange sweater who's about to cry? Oh, the best part. You're a politician. You're trying to do a moment of playing music. You're sitting there, and you got some guy. You're always going to have this. You got some guy. Well, I got to come tell you what I think about the Middle East, all right? I got to tell you what I think the problems are and how we got to deal with Ukraine and China. After all, I am somebody who works at an automotive plant. And, well, no, let's look at it. Cushy guy, maybe some sort of computer gig. Maybe he's an accountant. He looks foppish hair. Accountant, lawyer, maybe. But again, let him know what's up, because this is totally the time and place. I get that you want to talk. Yeah, fucking Toastmasters said, play Freebird. You fucked that key up. I heard it. He's messing up simple parts, but he gets the speed ones down. No, I'm sorry. Is okay. Is okay. Is a guy who plays piano. You've practiced. Woo. Still not ready for prime time. But again, gotta love that the guys questioned him on politics right before. Oh, well, you know, that's what I say about China, right? Because we all needed to know that. Thank you, Was Fill Some Holes, for the snowball and the 100 bits. Where? Oh, wrong button. I keep popping that chat off the screen today. It's a problem of mine. 200 bits towards a sticker party. Nowhere near one. Don't got to worry about it. Great. We have 2 hours left in the program. We're going until 5:30. That's just the first hour stories that we're going to wrap up there. Again, that's the kind of stuff where I'm like, so he has a quasi-elitist upbringing with the piano playing and the and all that stuff. And but he's saying all the right things. Lab Glass got me as soon as I was about to say something. I literally I was like, hi, you missed me. And bam, right in the face. Right in the kisser. Got him. Oh. All right. Well, thank you for watching on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. We love having all of you guys on all of the programs. Thank you for being here. Super awesome. Let's go ahead and load up our third hour stories. Our third hour? Fuck you. We're rolling up second hour. We're rolling in on the second hour. We haven't even started. We haven't even begun. We've only just begun. All right, let's drop the audio there. So don't do any snowballs for just a moment while we grab this. And that's something you should always say to a lady. Don't do any snowballs for a moment while I grab this. Egg Picker, we love being here too. You've been snowed. Yes, I've been snowed. Call me John Snowden. All right, our first story that we're going to get to is about a viral, is it a TikToker? A woman who went viral. Oh, she went viral for digging a tunnel under her home. She's been forced to stop. We got a story about that. We already did the client list being delayed. We've covered that. So we've got all of those. And then we got a story at the end of the hour about Lauren Boebert, who wants to explain to us exactly who is to blame for her political, or not her, for her demographical shift in her district or something. I guess the reason she has to tuck tail and run, and believe it or not, it's not because she let a guy who owns a gay nightclub play bouncity bounce bounce with her boobies. Lab glass suck it biatch. Did it say the suck it biatch? We brought the audio back up. I might have missed that. Fill some holes. It's a show. It is a show. We're doing a show all day. Well, fuck, no, we're not. We're doing a show till 5:30. I have to end my show at 5:30.
Cheer 100, suck it, biatch.
Yep, we got that one there. Now that's 200 bits. Thank you very, very much for supporting the program. Let's get into this first video. Now, a Virginia woman, I knew it, known on TikTok as Kayla the Science Girl, went viral for digging a tunnel under her home, but officials shut down the project over complaints. I knew it. So you had to go on, I have to go on TikTok. I have to make a presence on TikTok because I don't want to do a job. So I do TikTok. I do a real show. I spend 2 hours prepping it. I spend 3.5 hours.
Fuck off.
No, I spend 3.5 hours doing it. And you can argue about the quality of that show. We can have that discussion. This is not doing a show.
Cheer
this is
100
just filming your
ahem.
life.
Boobs.
Yes. Boobs. Boobs.
Kala the Science Girl.
She calls herself Kala the Science Girl on her TikTok account, where she currently has more than 500,000.
She used to be the Ugandan giant. Again, 400, or she's following 46 people. There's 46 people that she views interesting enough to follow, but she has 522.3 thousand followers, 5 million likes. I just like over 1,000. That would be good. That'd be a nice one.
Followers.
Just been over a year since I started building my underground tunnel system.
Her most popular videos garnering millions of views.
I'm planning to construct a storm shelter off the side of my basement.
Building an underground tunnel under her home in Northern Virginia, a journey she began in 2022.
We sure are making a mess.
But last month, she hit a rough patch.
Good morning.
She posted this video saying complaints were made to officials where she lives, and they gave her a stop work order.
They did give me a stop work order and are requiring an immediate evaluation by a professional engineer.
We confirmed with local officials that zoning and building representatives conducted a site inspection on December 7th and that they're working with the owner to correct any violations and ensure the property is safe and in compliance with code. Tuesday night, we stopped by her home. She told me she can't comment on what's happening. She did, though, give us permission to share her videos, but asked us not to disclose exactly where she lives. Some have posted to social media that it's dangerous not only for her, but her neighbors.
It's definitely a first.
David lives across from her home. He says she and some other people moved into the home a couple of years ago.
Kind of gets concerning how throughout the day or the weekday that goes by, there's a lot of noise being made, but nothing that would really truly bother us to call the authorities in any way.
So, but there's still still but you're still complaining to the city. We're not gonna threat. We would never call us the authorities in any way. But yeah, but you're complaining to the city. Although I will say it's probably not safe. Some chick decided to just fucking. My best video has over 800 views. If you're building a bunker, don't tell anybody about it. They'll want in. They'll want in, or more importantly, it's a weird. Anyways. Goddamn ads getting me with my Rosamund Pike obsession. All right, so Jimmy Kimmel threatening to sue Aaron Rodgers after Epstein remark. I don't know if I even care about this right now, but fuck it. I don't. Do we care? Do we care about it? I thought Aaron was gonna cover it this morning, but like I said, I tapped out, so I don't know if he ever got to it. Is she Hamas? Who? Rosamund Pike? No. Exactly. Preppers don't brag what they have. Well, at any rate, that's the end of that. We have a video about there's been some North Dakota in particularly got a bout of rain, and still they had cold weather, so there ended up being snow. So we've got a fun little video. We'll pull the audio down here for a second while we skip this stupid ad, because ads are dumb. Oh my God, how bad does he need work that he's doing that? I won't even say who I'm talking about or what show we're on, because no. I did not mean to click that button. I want you to skip this ad. I want to move on from this. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. All right, here we go.
No, we're going to get her. I don't think we're going to get her, Laura. Nope, not coming.
Wait a minute, that's it?
No, we're going to get her.
No, you have to try until it works or until you fall.
I don't think we're going to get her, Laura. Nope, not coming.
Fuck you. You gave up after that? You pussy. I was expecting more. Aaron talked about it. Not a big deal. Yeah. Then I ain't gonna bother. Who wants to hear about it twice? Who gives a shit? So that'll be the end of that. There we go. Done. So that was supposed to be a lot more of a thing. Watch a man slips as he tries to get into his car. I wanted to see again. There was an expectation of a fall, because sliding around on the frozen that shit. All right, let's go ahead and clear that out. Who's a dick? Thank you, Mikey Two Milks, for the 15,000 channel points. The Argus, I don't. Rechecked all. There we go. All righty, so we have a final story that we get to get into in a minute here, and then we'll or not a final story. What the fuck am I on? It's 3:40, so we have an hour and 45 minutes roughly in the program. We have 3 stories left in the third hour, or second hour, and then we get into our third hour stuff. So there we go. Not a lot of action in the Rumble chat. We still good on Rumble? Sometimes I get worried. I keep the chat up there so that way we got it going, but no, we got everybody over here. All right then. Well, feel free to click the thumbs up and let people know you're enjoying the show. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know, whatever. All right, so our next story, since we got through that last one there. Our next story is about a man pleading not guilty after a lose woman dies at a slap therapy workshop. This is in the UK. Daniel Cargom, 71, died. Oh, Daniela. Okay, I read that wrong. Died at Cleve House in Wiltshire, where she was taking part in the alternative therapy workshop. The workshop involves Potolin therapy, where patients are slapped or slap themselves repeatedly. Hong Shi Shao of Cloudbreak in California entered a not guilty plea to the manslaughter by gross negligence charge during a hearing at Winchester Crown Court today after the woman's death on October 20th in 2016. So wait a minute. You slapped a bitch to death in 2016 and it took him until now? Is this a recent story? 9 hours ago. He slapped her to death. Yeah. Riding Dirty Llama, I sent you a DM, Johnny. All right, I don't have the Twitch one up. Let's pull up the Twitch one. And I'll look at these. There we go. Alrighty, we'll look at what is this?
Thank you for being.
I don't know. This is from a while ago. Steven voiceover. Okay. I don't know why we're supposed to watch this. Since we already paused everything in the middle of this, I guess why not? Why don't we see what's up here? And it's Trump on the screen. I'll drop me off here. I don't know why, but Steven voiceover is the Twitter handle. Let's go ahead and give it a go.
I want to thank you for being here. We did nothing wrong at all, and we have every right, every single right, to challenge an election that we think is dishonest, that we think is very dishonest. So thank you all very much, and I'll see you very soon. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, is this funny?
So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
I'm sorry, I can't. I'm cringing too hard. I'm cringing a little too hard. Hi, Johnny from India. Hi, Tweety75. Hi, Tweety75. Lucky Callardane, what the fuck? Ryan Dirty Llama. Oh, okay, no biggie. Well, it's too late now. Supposed to be, yes. Superman wants to turn back the clock. Okay, it's supposed to be cringy. It's supposed to be cringy.
And we will make America great again. God bless you. I love you.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I forget that with this job, I have an unbelievable amount of power, and I just abused it. Riding Dirty Llama. Okay, sorry. We're just fucking around. It's good. Bod Omega, happy 50th birthday, bro. I hope it's a good one. Bod Omega. 50th birthday. Well. I look 50? I mean, 50. I didn't think I looked 50, but all right. Well, hey, man. The part that weirds me out about this, what makes you think it's my birthday? That's where it's kind of a sad dig. Like, you got a good premise there. Like, hey, I'm going to say you're really older than you look. But the birthday part, where did we give you the impression it was a birthday? I want to know who slapped who to death and why. She wants us to move on, guys. She wants us to move on. We can move on. Let's get back. We can move on. We're done. Okay. It's all good, riding Dirty Llama. We're just having fun. All right, so here, let's get over to, I don't know why this is up. Oh, because I had to have that up for that. But I don't keep that up just to lower my memory usage. All right, so who slapped who to death and why? Daniela Cargom, 71, died. Oh, wait, we covered that. We covered who and who with the slapping. Daniela Cargom, 71, died when Hongqi Xiao of Cloudbreak in California entered a not guilty plea to the manslaughter by gross negligence charge during a hearing at a Westchester Crown Court after the woman's death in 2016. The 60-year-old was charged in November, having been extradited to the UK from Australia. Is it Lees? I think it's Lees, not Lose. Miss Cargom from Lees, East Sussex, was previously said by her family to have embraced alternative and holistic medicine and therapies to help her type 1 diabetes. Oh, no. She was born in France and moved to the UK at age 21, where she was diagnosed with diabetes in 1999 and struggled to inject insulin due to a fear of needles. Man, they make auto-jects. Shut up about your bad self. Xiao, who ran the workshop, is alleged to have unlawfully killed Mrs. Grom whilst delivering a Pata Lin workshop. The charges said he owed a duty of care and, in particular, to take reasonable steps to ensure that urgent medical assistance was sought. She stopped taking insulin during the program and suffered ketoacidosis, a severe lack of insulin in the body, which means that it cannot use sugar for energy and starts to use the fat instead. Defense lawyer Jessica Clark told the court the deceased was an avid follower and ran her own courses of the practice. Her son Matthew, who lives in New Zealand, said she was always keen to try and find alternative methods for treating and dealing with her diabetes and was very interested in alternative and holistic medicine and therapies. I know she was desperate to try and cure herself of this disease. She always maintained a healthy lifestyle and was adamant that nothing would stop her from living a full life. In recent years, Mum was in a great place with her partner, a lovely home, and was traveling the world. She had a lot left in her life. Yeah, but then she chose to stop doing that. She stopped taking her insulin in lieu of getting slapped. Look, Mom. You've been getting punched in the face, and I don't know if you know this, but you still have diabetes. I don't think it's working. Lucky Seldar, Lucky Cedar Lane. Jesus Christ. Oh, I wish we could space. Lucky Cedar Lane saying, so slapping is an alternative medication now. Apparently. Why are you slapping that woman? She needs her medicine. Take your medicine. So does that mean I can slap people now so long as I say take your medicine? Can you get away with slapping now so long as you, like, can you just slap a lady on the ass and take your medicine? Like, what, does she have diabetes? No, she has, I'ma beat that ass. Oh, I feel bad about that joke. Oh. It's not good. Tweety75 saying, hi, Johnny from Indiana. And I believe I addressed that saying hello. And Chevy JB saying, just working hard today, Johnny. Well, that's good to know, buddy. Enjoy the show. Yep, we covered that and that. All right. We're caught up in all the chats. Egg Picker saying, hi, Johnny. Hey, Egg Picker, good to see you. Let's go ahead and get over this. Done. Yep. So, she had a lot of life left in her. Yeah. And you slapped it right out. Oh, we have a video, and I don't know if it's an actual video or if I have to read. I think I'm going to have to read everything for it. It'd be nice if there was someone else reading, because I'm out of water and my throat's getting dry, and I'm about to make that problem worse, because I don't learn. We have an hour and a half left in the program. You said slap. You can always sue them if they slap you. Well, she can't sue. She's dead. All right? If there's a nice round thing in your face, then yeah, slap it. What do you mean a nice round thing in their face? What do you mean by like they have like a bull ring? Or are you saying like if someone just hit him with a pie, you'd slap him because the plate was circular and you'd be like, gotta hit the buzzer? Like, what, is that how that works? I don't. If they have a nice round thing in their face, what if that round thing is a tit? Do you slap them? What if it's your tit? Do you slap them or you just say, all right, back and forth? No, that's see, Ryan Dirty Law, but that's not how you react. If she walks up with an itty-bitty waist and puts a big round thing in your face, you get sprung. You do not slap. You get sprung. The rules are clearly stated. They have been for quite some time. I believe wholeheartedly in the knight Sir Mix-a-Lot and his teachings. All right, let's watch this video quick. Vietnam has reportedly given itself 76 years to implement human rights reform. The country submitted a list of 8 commitments to the United Nations Office of High Commissioner for Human Rights. Hey, guys, we really don't like how you treat people. All right, give us a century. All right. And again, 76 years. We're going to get this up here. We're going to do a show. The country submitted a list. They're giving themselves, again, 76 years because they don't want to rush it. You know, it just 76 years to get their human rights in order. Vietnam's human rights record has been criticized, with Freedom House scoring it 19 out of 100. Issues cited include capital punishment for crimes other than murder, torture, discrimination against minorities, and human trafficking. But don't worry, just until 2029. Just until 2029. Human Rights Watch Deputy Asia Director criticized Vietnam's long-term pledge, calling it a show of contempt. Right, because they don't have to change for years. They've served 2 terms on the human... What? Vietnam has served 2 terms on the Human Rights Council of the UN? If you ever needed bigger evidence that the UN is a bag of bullshit. So a country that has human trafficking... second-class citizens, a lot of discrimination, Apparently, capital crimes for a whole, or capital punishment for a whole slew of crimes. Yeah, they're on the Human Rights Board. You know, because they're part of human rights.
Insurrectionist clause in the 14th Amendment.
All right, that guy sounds awfully gender neutral. I don't care about that. We're going to read the story. We have one last story for our second hour stuff, and this brings it up and wraps a bow on it. This is Hans Kim. All right. Let's look at that one. Huh. Interesting. All righty. So the council is there to point out bad things, not fix them, probably. Well, yeah, but my point is one of the people they'd probably want to point the bad things out on would be Vietnam. But they were on it. They fight for the rights of every man. In Vietnam, I don't know if they do that. Doesn't sound like they do. They will in 2029. We'll get to it eventually. How much you want to bet? 2029 rolls around, they'll be like, look, guys, we didn't think the world would still be spinning at this point, and we quite frankly, we can't change, and we don't want to. Alrighty. Let's get to this story quick and then move on. I was very critical the other day of Lauren Boebert, who I've referred to from now on as Lauren Boebert. Lauren Boebert, who, like every self-aggrandizing, self-enriching politician, doesn't really contribute anything. Mostly known primarily for having her boobs fondled. Good for her. Nice set, I'll be honest. They look good. They look good. But, yeah, so she is switching districts. She's going to run for office in the Congressional 4th District to secure that and then leave the district she's in, because the district she's in isn't quite red enough to get an erection every time she got her tit grabbed. So she's bailing on that one, and she's moving to a different district. But we have the reason. It's not because of the hellacious boob-grabbing scandal that I keep referencing. It's not because she's just a crappy politician like all the rest, and so if you give them a good reason to oust you, they will. No. It's because Representative Lauren Boebert, a Republican from Colorado, is blaming the stars of Hollywood, Ryan Reynolds and Barbra Streisand, as part of the reason why she decided to switch districts. Guys, it was Deadpool and Mamma Mia. Here I go again. Mamma Mia, here I go again. My, I wanna grab Lauren's boobs. It's a funnier song. At any rate, so let's find out how they did it. Boebert accused Hollywood stars of trying to buy her current congressional district. Did she specifically cite Reynolds and Streisand? I remember the video where she talks about Hollywood trying to buy her district, but I do not recall when she did not name names. All right, so by donating to her Democrat opponent, Adam Frisch, in an interview on Steve Bannon's War Room podcast Sunday, she said the reason for the switch from the state's 3rd district to the 4th was about how we can best defend the advance of conservative principles. Defend and advance conservative principles. Right. Conservative principles like promiscuity, public drunkenness, and just being a whore. But we need a strong voice there, and we have to shut down the Hollywood elites who are trying to buy my current district, she said. There's been close to $10 million poured into this district to buy the seat, and Colorado's 3rd district is not for sale. But then you leave. Boebert announced that her district switched last week, meaning she will be avoiding a rematch with Frisch. She narrowly defeated in 2022. Since then, since defeating him, Frisch outraised Boebert with $7.7 million for his campaign, compared with her $2.2 million. So there was no $10 million poured in. There was no $10 million poured in. At most, we have $7 million poured in to buy the seat. They poured in $10 million to buy the seat. No, they poured in about 7. They poured in 7 to buy the seat. But again, you know you can't outfund him. You know you barely beat him. So you're packing up your pre-purchased tits and leaving. Okay. Boebert has repeatedly said she will not allow dark money to steal this seat. She echoed that sentiment in a recent interview. Yes, but if you leave, how does that prevent it? That's the question. That's the question I have. If you leave your district, how does that prevent them from buying your seat? I hate people that fucking, I'm quitting and it's because I'm a hero. No, it's because you're quitting. According to Federal Election Commission's filing, Streisand donated $1,000 to Frisch's campaign in April, while Reynolds donated $500 in March. All right, there you go. There's your big Hollywood money. They donated a total of $1,500. Boebert will now be running for Representative Ken Buck, a Republican from Colorado's seat, which comes after he announced his plans to not seek re-election this year. The switch opens up the GOP nomination for the 3rd Congressional District, giving Republican candidates a stronger chance to defeat Frisch, as Boebert has been riddled by controversies during her tenure. That part is true. But again, you can't support whoever goes in, and all they have to do is say, the last time we trusted a Republican, we got big old bubble tits Boebert, and look how that went for us. St. Caesar is really hard on the wrestling. Does he get that the wrestling is less of a me thing and more of an Aaron thing? Like, I paid attention to it. I understand as soon as he comes with that second lyric there that, nope, he's referencing the song. I don't know. I don't know. All right. I'm just feeling weird, I guess. Feeling weird and out of water. What are you going to do? All right, so we have a show going for another hour and a half. We just finished our 2nd hour stories. Before we load up the 3rd hour stories, I want to tell you again about my good friends at Hemponics. Let's pull up our Hemponics sponsor. And, I got to boop it. There we go, boop. Hemponics is a great source of a variety of CBD, CBG, and I'm starting to wonder now on the seeds thing. I got to look. That weird someone just bought a THC, like that little ticker thing. It's cool, but it's not. I got to get me some gummies, I think. I think I'm going to put an order in tomorrow. Maybe that's what we should do. We should, after we get back, we should put an order in live on the show. I think I'm going to have to get me some more gummies. I enjoy them gummies, something fierce, something first. I love the gummies. I need some more CBG tincture and HHC tincture. Now I've got the newest products I have some questions about. Vital THCV gummies. Huh. A lot of interesting new products. I support the Awake infused, coffee infused tincture. That stuff is super awesome. I love the CBG tincture. And again, I love the gummies. I might have to... Let's look at these Vital gummies. And while I pull up the product that I clicked on, thank you, 25 milligrams? Ooh, 25 milligram gummies. I likes me dems. All right, there's my link. Nope, let's do it like that. There we go. If you want to use any of these awesome products, you can get them at this link. If you do, it helps support the show. So let's share the link in the chat. And let's see if this one actually works, because I don't know why other links of mine haven't. Yeah, again, I'm not able to post links for some reason. Something's up with that, and I don't understand why. There are links everywhere else. Other people. Do I have to space and then Control V? Does there have to? Nope. Doesn't matter if I put a space in there. It still doesn't post it as a link. I don't get what I'm doing wrong. Odd. Fuck me. At any rate, that is our link to the Hemponics, the short link. Let's look at these. Energizing Boost, 25 milligrams of THCV. Each gummy is a burst of energy, perfect for kickstarting your day. Enjoy goodness, grab and go, wellness. The delightful fruit punch flavor. Ooh, fruit punch flavor. I might want to try them. Key features, energizing effect. You know what? Energizing effect. I might have to look into these babies. Alrighty, let's go back over here. That is, again, a lot of fun stuff. The CBD and CBG tinctures helps me so far. Some other symptoms you're looking relief from will take longer. Okay, I enjoy the energy, and again the CBG the CBG tincture is just good for me for relaxing my body, but the CBN one for sleeping at night, I've stopped taking it and I've been having issues with some stuff, so I might have to start really taking that again and seeing if that might be what I really need to start doing now that I bring that up. So yay, personal reflection. All right, so we have an hour and a half. Let's load up our last hour. Again, anybody that buys stuff on that, we can take it. Counts towards the show. I have to actually, I got to check on that because I have to contact them directly. All right, that we did. TikTok pleads guilty. Right, got all of it. Lauren Boebert, Ryan Reynolds. But again, I don't have any. Also in that story, though, we don't have anywhere where she explicitly blamed or named them. She simply said Hollywood money. Those two were the only two names that came up, but who knows? All right, let's load these stories. I should probably drop my audio down for this while we grab all of these. For our third hour, we've got some stories about the New York and Chicago suburbs and their response to the migrant situation. As many of you may have known, and if you don't, we'll let you know right now, the migrant situation in Chicago and New York and many of these cities is getting so excessive that they're starting to ban the buses or in any way dissuade the buses or just literally disseminate the people from the buses to other cities. And now suburbs are apparently revolting against it. It's finally come to the suburbs. And if we get through all that, I have I have a clip from the Joe Rogan Experience that's on YouTube. So while we cover today's stories leading into, up to, and possibly through overtime, just remember the thing we might end on is, if anybody, and I'm putting this out there now just to see if anyone's interested, because if not, we won't. Joe Rogan talks to a doctor, a lady who is a sex neuroscientist on the scary future of sex robots. And I was curious if you guys wanted to see the clip of that interview that he shared on YouTube. Or that is on YouTube. At any rate, I was curious. Had thoughts. And let's go ahead and get into this first one. Let's reload this. I don't know if that's holy shit. So I normally read stories and they put things that aren't really part of the story in it, and I normally don't play them. But I think I have to play this one as soon as the ad is over, because I have a video clip that I'm about to play before we read about the local officials in suburban areas. Berwin, son of Svengali. Who's Berwin? Who's Svengali? These are things I don't understand. This is dumb, and I don't want to play this ad. I want it to go away. All right, you know what? I was going to play your... All right, there we go. Oh, nope, back. Pause. Now we can play your damn video clip. Let's play this video clip of Eric Adams. Remember when Trump said that he was making things harder for people at the border to cross because a number of them are bringing drugs and committing crimes, and I'm sure some of them are good people. Remember how that was racist? All right, Eric Adams, what do you got? Oh.
Some crime here in the city. So I just want to be very... you said that migrants are responsible for some crime here in the city. So I just want to be very clear. Do you believe that migrants are committing crime here in the city, and what data are you using to back that up?
Do I believe that there are some migrants who are committing crimes in the city? Yes. Yes. There are people who are committing crimes in all walks of life. It's not just migrants and asylum seekers. I think that we have a...
Right, but remember, if another guy says that, it's racist. Although I will say, he certainly walks this one back a lot.
Number of migrants who have committed crimes. We have a number of non-migrants who have committed crime. And so I do not want to walk away with anyone saying that the GLA increase we saw in the city was just migrants. No, it's not. It was long-term New Yorkers who committed GLAs also. But are there some crimes that migrants have committed? Yes, there are. But remember what I said last week. You place a person in an environment where they can't work, can't provide for themselves, they have to just sit around all day. That's not a good scenario. That's not a good...
Right. How about you don't let them be here? If we can't, if they can't work, why are we letting them come here? Black people can't be racist. You place an individual in an environment where they can't work and they just sit around all day. That's not a good environment. Sir, you just described a lot of people. Oh. But don't point that out. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to the actual story. I thought that was going to be more of an admission. But at any rate, that's not that important. Let's move on. Local officials in suburban areas outside New York City and Chicago are fighting to keep migrant bus arrivals from unloading migrants in their neighborhoods. The ongoing illegal migrant... They call it illegal immigration. Whatever. Illegal immigration crisis, which broke a record in December with over 300,000 encounters at the border in a single month, continues to put a strain on communities as migrants are bussed north from the southern border. We empathize when someone is trying to seek asylum or when someone is trying to take them in, but we don't have the capacity to take them in, said Mayor Reed of Trenton, New Jersey. The groups of migrants are being transported via buses and airplanes in an act of protest from the southern states, most prominently Texas. Texas Governor Greg Abbott began busing migrants to New York City and other sanctuary jurisdictions last year. Abbott's office has said it has sent around 27,000 migrants to New York City. Since then, has done so to relieve pressure on besieged border communities. Mayor Sam Joshi of Edison, New Jersey, announced via social media that he instructed our law enforcement and emergency management departments to charter a bus to transport illegal migrants right back to the southern Texas-Mexico border. And what are we supposed to do with them there? The president doesn't let the border mean anything. I love these states of, no, this isn't my problem, not in my backyard. Fuck you, New Jersey. Fuck you, Trenton, New Jersey. We will bust them right back. Why? They want to go to New Jersey. They don't want to go to Texas. They don't want to go to Texas. What about criminals in White Houses? We pay enough for jails. Can we use some of that space? Biden's border. It's not a border. Deport them, says Toastmaster. We can't. See, that's the thing. New Jersey can't deport them. They'll ship them back to the Texas-Mexico border, and they'll do what? They'll just walk over again? Rusty Grammar, the hypocrisy of the left is amazing. The hypocrisy of any state. I personally, I've been to the point of being called an asshole. I've been called an asshole for this, and that's fine. Call me an asshole. I don't care. But I've been called an asshole over my stance of no illegal immigration. My illegal immigration stance is a solid nope. If you're seeking asylum, all of that kind of shit, you can't just walk in. It's not our look. Were you born in a bad situation? Does it really, really suck? Absolutely. Do you need a way out? Possibly. Can we help you? Maybe. But the idea that we have to pisses me off. We shouldn't have to. I don't know if you know this or not. Life isn't fair. Mother Nature isn't fair. When a mama rabbit gets murdered and her babies get turned into lunch, that's not fair. Life isn't fair. But there's only one thing you can do. You can look after yourself, and you can look after the people you have around you that you care about. And you can ask yourself some very simple questions. Will this system continue to absorb nameless, faceless individuals from parts unknown in an almost endless onslaught for months and months on end? No, it will not. And what will happen to the utopia that everyone's rushing here to get? Well, it will turn into a giant steaming shithole. That's what will happen. You just can't take them in willy-nilly. You can't. The very simple equation you have for this is taking in stray animals. If you keep taking in stray pets, eventually you can't take care of the pets you have, and it causes problems. I guess we'll need to deploy troops to Mexico's southern border to stop them there. That's the problem. Nobody's stopping them. The actual government act is the Mexico government isn't stopping them. They're more than happy to ship them up north. Everyone in the north is happy to ship them down south. You almost have to take a heartless stance of like armed border, like no man's land shot on sight at this point. And then you'd get the tide to stop. But then you hear people, but these poor people and this poor family just seeking asylum. Yeah, but how many of them are like, military-aged, men that just came walking in? Weird. But overall, like I said, it's the way of the world, man. There's only so many seats at the table. Everybody doesn't get a seat. You know what I get in the first world situation that we live in right now? I get a seat at the table. But if the first world situation we live in right now deteriorates, my seat at the table goes with it, and that affects my daughter. And I don't like that. And that affects people I care about. That affects people that have been living here forever. So we need to completely just ruin all of our lives and the lives of veterans and other people because somebody was born in a shitty situation so far ago in a country down there and they walked all the way here. Not saying we can't help you. I'm saying we need to do it in a better way than just, let's just let them come in and ship them to wherever. And now the places that are saying no are the same places that would put up their nose and be like, well, you just don't understand the plight of these poor people. It's the same thing with the majority of the anti-abortion crowd. A lot of the anti-abortion crowd, very opinionated on whether or not women have children. A lot of them also do not want to donate, give, or support those children at all. Some of them do. Some of them don't. Anyways, Texas Governor Greg Abbott began mussing blah, 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 blah. I love this. Mayor Sam Joshi Edison of New Jersey announced via social media that he wouldn't allow the buses. Highway signs near Chicago suburbs in Grundy County, Illinois, tell bus drivers in no uncertain terms, no migrant buses this exit. So they just flat out say, no, we're not allowing it. All right, I have a simple question. Can we, you know what would solve this problem? If we did that at the southern border. If at the southern border, we simply said, nope, we're not, you can't just, have you filed for asylum? Have you gone through? Okay, we're not, but you can't just come on in. That's not how it works. I went down to the Grundy County auction once. It's where I saw something I just had to have. Oh, shit. This is a reference to something. The Grundy County auction. Something I had to have. Is it an STD? Fuck. All right, anyways. Rural communities in the area say they have been unable to care for migrants who often arrive at odd hours with no supplies and no further plans. Right, they just assume they would get here and life would provide. Again, this is the other problem I have. They have very few belongings or possessions. They have absolutely no wealth of their own. They come here with their hands held out, their pockets turned out. And it's just, oh, I expect you to give me a house and a job and food and all sorts of stuff. All right. How are you going to get those things? Well, I was going to work. Doing what? What job skills do you have? Again, if you came here, it's like, hey, I'm a plumber, I'm an electrician, whatever. Do you have any job skills? Dave Lee, time to buy a bus. Sound like a good gig driving back and forth. It could be, but you've got to drive a bunch of people who may end up wanting to use you as some sort of information guide because they don't know a whole lot. And then, what do you do when you can't drop them off up here, but you can't drop them off down there? Like, does Texas get to say no refunds, no give backsies? I mean, literally, it's becoming a game of hot potato. Can we just stop taking in the potatoes? They can work at Jenny-O or Pilgrim Chicken Factory. Again, I would prefer people with background checks. This is the only thing. I don't like people who just walked over here with and then they came in. What they can work at a meat processing plant? Cool. I still would prefer didn't just walk on in. Alrighty, so rural communities say they've been able to care for the migrants. I don't think this problem is going to stop, says Grundy County Sheriff Ken Briley. We are a rural community. We just don't have the same kind of tax base that the city of Chicago does to be able to provide those resources. I got bad news for you. Chicago is trying to offload them on you because they also do not have the tax base to provide those kind of resources because their tax base is asking for those same resources. Alrighty. They can work into that. Nash Albertson, you should see the videos of many people from Senegal are coming here. I fell behind. What are you talking about? Poor people, says Fall? No, we're talking about immigrants. I wish Pilgrims was farther off of Highway 23. Every time I drive by there eating a chicken sandwich, I end up pitching it out the window. All right. That's a weird admission. Thanks. I guess it's the chat box / confessional. If you need to get it off your chest, keep it relatively, safe for work. But the chat box is there. If you want to contribute to the Church of the Game Over podcast, where we black-pillingly laugh at society, while we are fully funded into March, we appreciate any support we get, and we say thank you. Alrighty. So, again, we've had more than 785,000 migrant encounters have been reported since the beginning of the fiscal year on October 1st, the highest first quarter total ever recorded. The highest first quarter ever. Almost a million. Amazing. 750,000 is a lot. All right, so there we go. That's done. Boop. That's sad, too. That one really gets me, man. I don't like it. I don't like that many people. What happens? This is unsustainable. Exactly, Nash Albertson. It's completely unsustainable. And you said good afternoon. Good afternoon to you as well. But yes, it's unsustainable. But we're supposed to sustain it for at least another year before we get anybody in any sort of political asset that's going to... Again, I don't know why we can't just enforce the border. It seems strange. Okay, and you know what? Actually, F it. Let's move on to that. Why is it when the president doesn't want to address a problem that his administration created, when a president is very obviously in some hinky shit, how come that president is somehow just absolved of everything? Why is it? What is it about this president? Like, because wasn't Nixon a bad guy? We had to get rid of Nixon. By all means, from everything I've learned in history, shouldn't we be taking this guy out to the courts and then finding him guilty and giving him some harsh jail times? Can we go Vietnam route in terms of the use? All right, but yeah, it seems weird that when the president is openly committing acts to harm the country, usually called treason, by the way, usually that's called treason, when you openly do things with the intent of, again, harming the country. And if you think that allowing people in here undocumented with no real effort, with no plan of how to absorb these people, with no way to care for them, if that isn't harming the country, I don't know what is. Was Phil Simone saying, I'm glad I'm old. I'm not young and I'm not old. It really doesn't matter anymore, sadly, says Nash Albertson. You're kind of right. You're kind of right. And that's the problem. It's a part of the globalist plan, overwhelm the U.S. with third worlders, cause chaos and the fallout of the U.S. dollar to usher in the UN and the global takeover. So then we're all just going to let it happen then, I guess. All right. I don't know. Well, then fuck it, I guess. I guess we're all cool with it. Fuck it. So, fuck it all. At any rate, let's go to this one next. Oh, fucking leg. Let's see. Can we wedge this in here? Just tie it so it stops kicking forward on me. All right. Harvard's president, we were talking about this, camps for us soon. I don't know, camps for everybody, apparently. I don't know. I guess chaos is happening, just, I guess, Mad Max pretty soon? Because I'll tell you this, if we're going to break down everything to make chaos and anarchy happen, well then, by God, I got a few people to go after. Biden just got rid of barbed wire at the border. Yeah, but they still have it at the White House. Weird. You know what? I got a saying for that now with old Biden being like, walls don't work. All right, then take yours down. I love the guy that lives in his own private gated community, and then when he leaves it, he always goes to another private gated community, talks about how walls don't work. The same people who have private security going, police are the problem. Right, so get rid of your security. Oh, no, I need them. What? To protect me. From what? From all you fucking crazy people. Oh. At any rate, Harvard's president just quit amid a major scandal. As we covered yesterday, what is it? Claudine Gay is resigning. It is the shortest tenure of any Harvard president. And for those of you worried about Claudine Gay, I want to remind you, or let you know, that even though all of this is happening, she is still going to pull down an almost $900,000 a year salary. This lady who said stuff that was so close to being anti-Semitic, they dug up more dirt on her and found out that she had plagiarized a bunch of stuff. Yes, $900,000 a year. She will resign Tuesday afternoon.
Fuck off.
To an end. The shortest presidency in the university's history. Ongoing Harvard president Claudine Gay will still likely earn nearly $900,000 a year, despite being forced to resign her position as the school's top administrator. Prior to being named president just 6 months ago, she earned $879,000 as a Faculty of Arts Sciences dean, and in 2021 earned, so just a little under that. So again, this asshat is getting paid way too much money, and she's still going to get it. All good for her. Her new position was not specified Tuesday, but she's expected to receive a salary comparable with what she previously received, if not higher. Why is she still employed at the school? So wait a minute. She's a anti-Semitic plagiarist, but we can't fire her? Why? Good thing that term anti-Semitism isn't actually used correctly. Right. It's never used correctly. Steamy like an El Nino summer. They put up their no sign. Can I put up my border sign? Yes, if you suck my dick. I don't know, Atomic Ray. I don't make the rules. I guess put it over your house and see what happens. You know? Oh. Nash Alberts is saying, that makes me sick. That's what happens. You literally fuck up. Well, that's the part that really pisses me off about this. It's come out publicly now that you actually kind of, I don't know, cheated at your job. And you're going to get paid the same, if not more. This is why I say the white privilege is bullshit. Because if it was white privilege, the black lady wouldn't be getting to do it. That's the thing. There's an elitism privilege thing, and a lot of elitism people and elite people want to keep the white privilege and the racial divide up, because then you'll forget, no, it's the poor people getting fucked and the rich people doing the fucking. Case in point, this rich black lady is apparently guilty of cheating at her job and is going to get paid more money. I can't think of anything more white-collar, white American than that. Congratulations, equality achieved. That is equality. She got fired from her job, but they'll keep her at the school and she'll make more. Oh, boy. At any rate, let's close that one out. I also don't think that should be a Nash Albertson. Racism over, right? All right. So we have a couple of... Oh, hang on there, Deadpool. I might have to reattach you later. We have a couple of other stories to get to today, and we're going again till 5:30. So we have an hour left in the program. We've got a few things to get into. We'll cover a few video things to cover. We'll get through all of that stuff. We have some overtime stuff if we get over there. And if we burn through all that before 5:30, then I tap out. I'm not good at my job today, apparently. I don't know. I'm having a rough one. You know, I'm a little under the weather. Doing what I can. My back is in a lot of pain. I'm feeling pretty sore. Life sucks. What are you going to do? Buy a Hummin'. All right, so our next story that we're going to cover here. Italy is divided over new pineapple pizza. This amuses me to no end because it's pineapple on pizza, you guys. It's been around for a while, but apparently it just made its way to Italy. And the fun part is I want to know how that's going to work out. We haven't solved that debate here. We still haven't decided in America if pineapple on pizza is heresy or not. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is pineapple on pizza a good thing? Is it good or effed up? I'll be honest. I don't mind it. I've had the Hawaiian. I've had the, Canadian bacon and pineapple. It doesn't bother me. Was fill some holes. I love pineapple on pizza. I don't mind. Like I said, I don't mind. Fall in the grate. If you don't like pineapple on your pizza, then you're a Nazi. I mean, yeah, definitely seems a little Third Reichy if you won't even give it a try. I'll give props to anyone that's been like, man, I've eaten it and I didn't like it. Did I just get a fucked up haircut and it's just no, my hair is just weird. Okay, because like, why is there like a weird tuft? All right, people say it's a Canadian thing. I don't know. Hawaiian pizza is fine. I honestly, as long as there aren't sardines or anchovies, it's fine. Rusty Grammar. I mean, are they deboned? I mean, come on. But it's a Hawaiian pizza. I mean, I don't know if it's a Hawaiian pizza or not, but the fact that I love to see food arguments wash over onto other countries, and that's what we have. Apparently, there are, and according, I love to read articles from people who write travel articles that are really full of themselves. This one certainly seems, canned minnows aren't meant for human consumption. Alrighty. Anyone who has set foot in Italy knows there are unwritten rules that one must abide by, and the most important of all revolve around food. Cappuccino after 11 a.m., only for tourists. Spaghetti bolognese, a horrifying thought. Oh, spaghetti bolognese, that's spaghetti with meat, a horrifying thought. Pineapple on your pizza, heresy, at least it was until now. In 2024, might just be the year that pineapple pizza cracks Italy thanks to Gino Sorbillo, a renowned Naples pizzeriola pizza master, who has added the dreaded anianas to his menu. Best known pizza street in the world, capital of pizza. Is Italy the world capital of pizza? I thought pizza was an American invention. And they did like a flatbread thing, but it's not really pizza. Lab Glass, I don't like pineapple on pizza. I don't like sweet with salty. I don't mind it. If you're ordering Hawaiian pizzas, make sure the box has a blue cover to protect you from space lasers. Okay, Fallen. I didn't know that. All right. Sabrillo's creation called the Margheriti con Anas cost €7 or $7.70. But this isn't your regular Hawaiian. It's a pizza bianca, denuded of its tomato layer, sprinkled with no fewer than 3 types of cheese, with the pineapple cooked twice for a caramelized feel. A third generation pizzaiolo told CNN that he created it to combat food prejudice. Sadly, people follow the crowd and condition themselves according to other people's views or what they hear, he said. I've noticed the last few years that a lot of people were condemning ingredients or ways of preparing food purely because in the past most people didn't know them. So I wanted to put these disputed ingredients that they treated like their poison onto a Neapolitan pizza, making them tasty. Well, if you take the sauce out, I really just eat the pineapple. Doing it in his headquarters in the historic center of Naples with its 3,000 years of history. He has 21 outlets around the world, including Miami, Tokyo, and Ibiza. I don't even know where that is. The pineapple is pre-baked in the oven, then cooled. He then adds smoked provolone, or provola, extra virgin olive oil, fresh basil, popping the pizza into his wood-fired oven. It comes out of the oven. He scatters micro shavings of 2 types of smoked carciasata cheese around the crust, and one from sardine goats, another from buffaloes in nearby. His pizza sounds gross. He doesn't have any sauce, any Canadian bacon? The nudes, are they on the flesh drive? And then he retracted the comment. We'll have to pull the chat off the screen. Ham. It's called ham. Canadian bacon, ham, whatever. It's still tasty. I'm insulted. I'm insulted by this man's pizza. Johnny, do you know where extra virgin olive oil comes from? Ugly olives. Hey-oh! Thank you, Rusty Grammar. That's a dad joke. We've got about 45 minutes in the program. I still have a lot to get to. So, while we have had a surprising amount of traction on the pizza story for people, it's true what they say, man. The food one really gets them going. Well, we're going to put that one away for now. We're done with it for now. Let's drop that out. Call that good. I have a news story that I'm going to play that is going to make me so happy. Many people bag on cat lovers. There's nothing wrong with liking and owning cats. Yes, they are little homicide machines. Yes, they are. If you let them roam out free, they are horrible for the squirrels and birds in your neighborhood. But overall, I argue cats smarter than dogs. And I say that if you get past a couple of their issues, cats in some ways better pets than dogs. And for that, I point to the fact that most dogs, given the opportunity, will jump in and attack a cat. Well, this cat had an opportunity. It didn't go that way. Let's go to the pretty lady in the yellow dress. Boop. And nope, out of the way.
Lucky dog back to feeling like her old self after surgery and now getting her stitches out. This is all after getting attacked by coyotes, and she was saved by her sister. That's a black cat. Caitlin Ogle introduces us to the hero and the owner.
It was kind of inspired by it, quite frankly.
Oakley is a white dog. Binks, a black cat. They're polar opposites, but they're family.
Of course you have a black cat named Binks. So now we know why the cat did it. The cat's really a what was it? A Salem witch era settler that just knew how to protect the dog. The cat's name was Binks. I don't understand the cat hate. They eat rodents and bugs you don't want around your home. Dude, they keep rodents away from your home. They keep bugs away from your home. They have legit, like, hardcore personalities. Like, dogs have, let's be honest, dogs have tarded personalities. Dogs have tarded personalities. There's a loyalty to that, and there's a love you can have there. But the cats are intelligent enough to be smug with you, and that's why some people don't like them. They can't take it. They can dish it out, but they can't take it. Certain cats are ferocious. Had a pity in our own home when I was growing up, taken down by a Siamese. Yeah, dude, I've known cats that have taken down dogs, and that's why I'm saying cats are badass. I saw a video of a cat chasing a bear away. That would be interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing that video. Let's get to the video of the cat saving the dog.
Wooded Backyard is Binks's domain.
She was a neighborhood cat, just showed up when she was about 2 months old.
November 30th, while the family's 2 other big dogs were also outside, out of camera view, Lane Dyer says he let the 6-year-old Havanese out to go to the bathroom.
Out of nowhere was attacked by a coyote.
Then another coyote appears. But see that to the left? Well, that's Binks, saying not in her backyard.
Jumped down and scared him off. Is the craziest thing ever.
That gave Oakley enough time to run inside.
Cut her open. She was gushing blood, from her chest and her side.
The Dyers rushed Oakley to the hospital. She was stitched up and her leg was put in a splint. Doctors telling family Oakley may lose the limb. Thankfully, it's still intact. But while waiting for her recovery, the Dyers tried to figure out what happened.
Thankfully, we had security cameras. We were able to go back and actually look to see what happened. It was inspiring to see just our little outdoor cat just jump at 2 coyotes that were attacking this little dog who she loves and run them off.
Now Oakley is back to her old self, doing tricks and eating treats, while Binks keeps a watchful eye on the woods.
Yeah, until a cougar shows up. Oh, man. But yeah, man, I love cats. Oh, shit, I took my camera off the screen. I love cats, and it's just awesome. The cat saved the dog from coyotes. So yeah, that cat deserves a treat. Someone should get that cat a steak. Fallen the Great saying, no, Kitty comes inside after that. I'd say in my world, if it's an outdoor cat that just kind of showed up and is living there, Kitty gets the option to come inside. But I don't think Kitty comes inside. I think Kitty gets to come inside, but Kitty probably wants to just be an outdoor cat. Just keep feeding the cat. If it's an outdoor cat, they probably like being an outdoor cat. There's a lot of outdoor cat behaviors that outdoor cats enjoy. So, at any rate, that should be in a new theme I make. Alrighty. My wife's dog is named Oakley. Death blow. If a cougar shows up, the husband will handle it. Are you doing that as a play on words with the cougar, or are you saying that as a joke about the husband? Because I'll be honest, before we saw the wife, I wasn't sure there was a wife. I saw the little gay dog. Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plains, and then you might see another feller and me getting married because I take it in the back door. Bad Johnny. No, so I full disclosure, I thought that dude might have been a poof. So I was wrong. Just a sad little gay dog. Again, like, if you didn't show me Actually, even if you do, if you show me a picture of Aaron and April together, and you show me a picture of Aaron holding his dog, I'll be like, that guy's gay. Look why he picked the dog. And then you go, no, that's his wife. And I'll be like, that's called a beard. But at any rate, that's, again, one man's opinion. One man's opinion.
I'm not a
Let's
sports
not
scientist, but I invest in
do this at all. We have a story to read, not a thing to play. This one. Nope, not that either. All right, so then we have that and then that video. So those two videos will probably take us out through the end of the show, just with what we have there time-wise and the jokes we will make. If not, we've got things to back that up. But we got these other two to get through first. So we got to get through these two. Then we got a video, and we've got a an interview with St. Caesar. He is gay, Johnny. And then Rusty Grammer. That's a rat. No, I've met it in person. That's a dog. That is legit a dog. It's a very tiny, very small little dog. And any one of the cats that lives in this house could kill that thing. But one of them would be afraid to. I have one cat in this house that is a giant gray ball of fluff, like comically huge gray ball of fur, and he would be afraid of that dog. He would be terrified of that dog. I don't think any dog under 20 pounds is really a dog unless it's a puppy. And see, that's my other complaint about, the dog versus cat argument. See, most people that argue for dogs, like Rusty Grammer, also you would generally say, I don't think of little dogs as dogs. I think of big dogs. You know what you're not allowed to have? Big cats. Because it's a problem. All right, let's go ahead and get into our first story that we have to wrap up the end of the show here. Thank you so much for being part of the program today. We have, again, just a half hour left in the show. Okay, fine, we can compromise. Gordy is muskie bait. Dude, I used to have a muskie rod that I built as part of what was it? The outdoor class. What was it? Fucking outdoor what? Fucking another. We did the taxidermy thing. Sportsman's biology. That's what it was called. Sportsman's biology. And we built I built a muskie rod. I was very proud of it. It got fucking smashed. Death blow. Pets. This rescued puma now lives as a spoiled house cat because it can't be released back in the wild. See, now this is something that all right, let's read this and then we'll just page through all of them really quick. This rescued puma now lives as a spoiled house cat now that it can't be released back into the wild. You might think you're a cat person, but Marianne and Alexander Dmitriev are big cat people. We're talking big cat people rather than adopting your everyday tabby cat. They are proud caretakers of Messi, a puma who was born in captivity and rescued from death. Well, that's awesome. But Messi isn't your average wild animal that will rip your head off the moment he sees you. Messi is one of the sweetest, cuddliest house cats you'll find. Yeah, be a predator into that, or be a trespasser into that house. I'd like to see that. Let's see this. Boom. Messi was one of 3 cougar cubs that were born at the Sandzurisk Zoo in Penza, Russia. Messi and his brothers were named after soccer players. Unfortunately, they began having health problems when he was 3 months old. They did their best to take care of him, but they were okay with someone taking him off their hands. Messie's fate was changed when they visited him at the zoo. They saw him. He was 8 months old. The couple thought their big house cat would be a lynx. They found out he was sick and the zoo might give him up. They immediately started negotiations to buy him and to take the sick puma off their hands. Look at that beautiful kitty. Aww. They nursed him back to health. Sweet. So that beyond the challenges of Messie being a wild animal, he was extremely weak and required constant attention for the first few months. Even once he returned to full health, he still only grew about 2/3 the size of a normal puma. So he's a tiny puma. Oh, man, I would love that cat. I would love that cat. Look at that cat. I'd be like, oh, look at my kitty. I want a video. Now that he's healthy, they've had to deal with the challenges of raising a wild animal as a house cat. They have tried to find a wild animal trainer to help them teach Messie commands, but no one agreed to work with the couple. The couple also lives in a one-bedroom apartment. Still, they've done their best to accommodate him. They turned their hallway into his den, featuring stairs to climb up and a real tree to scratch. Wow, they really went above and beyond. Oh, look, he's got big old scratching posts up there. Eventually, the couple was able to find dog training school that allowed him to attend. The puma-turned-house cat can now respond to 10 different commands, much like a dog. Messie also requires a lot of exercise. While in captivity, he hasn't been active at all. The couple had a special harness and coat made so they could take him on walks. Why are we talking? Thank you, Jimmy, for rating me. I love Awake Jimmy. I haven't gotten a game with him in quite a long time. I'm super happy to have been rated by Awake Jimmy with his party of 26. It's really awesome of him to rate us. I don't know why. Solely because I feel like our audiences have divested a touch, and it's fine. And nothing wrong with it. I think everybody's going to show up and be like, oh, fuck this crippled guy, and leave. And that's fine. I'm fine with that, too. Are you more civil than Jimmy? Says, typically insane. Maybe. I'm not gonna lose my shit. We've got a half hour left with a couple of stories to talk about, and then I've got two very awesome videos. We'll get back to this quick. I'm just wrapping up on this. Someone told me about people owning a large cat. Now I'm jealous because I totally want this cat. Dude, I want this cat. I can't walk it or anything, but I'd love to have this cat. Look how cute that kitty is. Get out of here. Such a cute kitty. What are you doing? Freaking slinky animals. Look at those, just bending them in half. Even though he was originally named after the soccer player, Lionel Messi could care less about soccer. They now have Messi. The couple will watch soccer together and cheer for. All right, just because of their. Oh, so you became a soccer fan because of your cat. He's sitting still and he let you put rocks on his head? That's kind of interesting. Pet owners spend an average of $1,285 on their pets every year. Americans alone spend $70 billion on pets. Taking care of Messi comes with a high price tag. He is fed twice a day. His diet consists of raw turkey, beef, and chicken. It costs about 20,000 to 40,000 rubles every month to feed him. That equals out to just about $300 to $600 for food. And that doesn't include any of his pricey vet bills. Oh. I don't know. I still want the cat. He's so cute. Look at that cute little kitty. And then they're there. Oh, my God. They're at a They're at a dog training school. You've got your little toy puppy. You've got your pug. Look at me with my cat. Feeding him raw meat. The cat sleeps on the bed. Yeah, until he decides to eat your balls. There's the cat in the field. I don't know why we have a picture of that. You're letting him dude, he's gonna wanna murder the cow. He'll figure out that's where the beef comes from. And then just such a baby. Look at those eyes. That's just a baby. That's just a baby that can murder you at the drop of a hat. Just a baby who could murder those two little dogs in a fucking blink of an eye. All right, cute little cat. I don't want large cat breeds. This is a wormhole I didn't ask for. Boop. Back over. So now we've got over there Chevy JB. Now I'm hungry. Because of the pizza talk or because of the cat? Because of the cat would be weird. I know a guy that has a lynx cat. He lives up by Park Rapids, Minnesota. Lynx cat is cool. Dude, I like cats, man. But I unfortunately I don't have the body that I would need to have to have a large cat. I mean, if I could, that'd be cool. It's a big ass lap cat. Yeah, when that cat wants snuggles, you are fucked. Because that cat's gonna get snuggles. It's gonna lay on you and demand them. Alrighty, so let's get over to Lurk. Have to eat. Good show. Finish strong, my friend. Finish strong. Thank you, Death Blow. Look up Ragdoll Cat. Do we need to do that now? Ragdoll Cat. All right. You know what? We'll save these two stories for tomorrow. Because if we look up Ragdoll Cat and that wormhole goes down somewhere, then I've got these other two videos to get to, and I'm doing the videos today. We're doing those today. So we're getting that out of the way. All right, Ragdoll Cat. Those cats are cute as fuck. I mean, I like Maine Coons because they're just, big old cats. Ragdoll Cat. Oh, no. Cat. Ragdoll Cat images. I mean, they're cute and all, but it's just, again, it's a cat. It's a cat. I don't have a problem like, oh, cute little kitty. Cute little kitty. Isn't that the grumpy cat kind of cat? There's a cute little kitty. That's an adorable little kitten. There's a Ragdoll Cat. Looks like an average-sized cat. I got no problems with the Ragdoll Cat. My only issue is, again, I need like I said, if I was getting another cat, I'm not physically able to do it. But yeah, big ass cat. Like, I'd want a purebred Maine Coon at the very least. But at any rate, let's get back to the stuff that we were going to talk about. We have about 25 minutes left in the program. I've got a couple of stories we can fall back on if we need to, but I don't really want to bother with those. We're going to get to they're bigger cats and their distemper is lazy. Just order Blue Russian online from some random dealer. Yeah, I mean, what's the worst thing that happens? You get hosed? All right, so let's go ahead and go to this. We aired a video yesterday. In that video, we showed you a lady at a swap meet dancing. And I argued the video might be fake because the dancing was so bad and nobody reacted. Well, this next video, the dancing is just as bad, and I know it's not fake. Why? Because it was done at the White House as part of some holiday interpretation of the Nutcracker. Thank God I don't have any real investment in, like, holiday traditions and shit, because I'd be looking at this and I'm like, you're ruining my things. At any rate, we are here, and I'll say at any rate a few more times probably at any rate. Let's go with this video. The White House presents Dorrance dance interpretation of the Nutcracker in tap. Oh, is it muted? Oh, they're being spared. It's what nobody asked for. Who the is that guy? Or that guy? They took time and money to do this at the White House. Why? Why? Is that the vice president? It doesn't look like her. Is that the vice president? Why is she so ready to be excited but not making any noise? And now we just magically flipped somewhere? This video is weirding me out. And who is who is this lady? So, oh my God, it's so DEI. Oh. We can't even have the toy soldier be a man. The lead has been played by a lady. The only way we will be allowed to see any men is if they are foppish flowers that look remarkably cute. We wouldn't want a guy to be in the soldier costume. It might look a little masculine and aggressive. And what is she, again, what is Blue Dress screaming at? Why did they do this? You know what? I'm doing this because it's less painful. This must be for the trans people. Is it? I don't know if it is or isn't. I do know that apparently you're not allowed to be a focal piece unless you are a ethnicity or a woman. Because every guy we've seen has had to be literally a piece of furniture unless they were a person of color. Which, again, I'm glad we've got some representation for our darker persuasion folks, but maybe just not like, it's weird when you lean all one way, right? Like if we leaned all white people, you'd be like, that's pretty fucked up. And you'd be right. And you'd be right. I am about to lose patience. I didn't realize it was this cringe. People are going home because this sucks. For the first time, it was bad. The second time, even worse. What was bad the first time? What was bad the second time? Like when we came back? Oh, bad acid trip PSA. Well, I'm sure the gay people with all the days. Yeah, there is, again, for a Christmas thing, remarkably rainbow themed. Although this dress is different now. It seems like, why even bother? Why even bother? I feel like we just had to include white flower guy just to go, look, we put a white guy in it. There's one. Remember, if we did that with black people, it was insulting. It was something horrible. But no. We brought in a white dude for 1 minute going, look, you guys can dance too. And no, we can't. I don't think he's an actual white person. Check his genealogy. He shouldn't be able to do that. I can't keep going. Businesswoman with a candy cane. What the fuck are you even doing here? Why are you here? You make no sense. And why are your tits almost out? Again, excuse me, ma'am, but what is this character altogether? This is the Nutcracker interpreted by dance, and I'm going, what the is going on? Who's got the nuts? Who's got the nuts? Who's got the nuts? Mr. Q going, that's not a man. Was that last one not a dude? This one's not a dude. That's a chick. Again, the White House presents this? Is this how they're laundering their money? Did we pay for this as taxpayers? Because I'm pissed. This is a piece of garbage. I want my money back. Okay. What's the deal? What's the deal with pig-nosed, rat-eared king guy? Is he supposed to be the rat king? Like, what? This is so bad. How dare you assume their gender identity? I'm trying to figure out what role they're playing, let alone what gender role they're playing. All right, so now, aren't you the lady that was dressed up as the business person? Why weren't you allowed to be the, you know what? Actually, I take it back. If you want a real nutcracker. It's gotta be a redhead. Oh, she isn't, though. Where are you going? See, you couldn't do this during the Bush administration or the Clinton administration. That little saunter would get you fucked in that White House. But in the Biden administration, he can't even get an erection, let alone be attracted to you. Plus, we were well aware that our current president likes him a little bit greener. And I don't mean in skin shade. All right, I'm tapping out. It's too cringy. Congratulations, you've won. I'm leaving. God damn, that's horrible. Riding Dirty Llama. There was a video like this that someone had taken and put the different faces of the morons that are in office in there right now. And I'll be damned if I could ever find it again. But if you could write in Dirty Llama, that would be awesome. We would totally play it. It would be so poignant and perfect. Are you even allowed to sashay in the White House, says Kip Smith? I don't think so. Unless you're Hunter Biden and you just did a bunch of blow. Like, I could imagine Hunter Biden. That would be a lot funnier if one of the if they're doing this and then they cut over and it's Hunter Biden and he's just, yeah, just a fucking cokehead. All right, this is more queer than the $3 bill. Well, thank you for that weird statement, Mr. Q. I'm gonna just do that in case anybody wants to be a dick. All righty, so we have about 15 minutes left in the program. The last thing we have for you is a video of the Joe Rogan Experience. He's talking to a neuroscientist, a sexual neuroscientist, about sex robots. We've talked a lot about this show, about our fear of robots and the takeover of robots. And so I would like to, again, pose the most likely way that they will dominate us all sexually. So let's go ahead and put this up, put that up, and go full screen and press play.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
I mean, the first time I heard of a sex robot was probably maybe 10 years ago, and it was this video, and a bunch of people, I was in graduate school, sent me this video because I knew what I was.
Am I weird for going bingo when I go sex neurotherapist? Did not expect the accent, though. But all right, go ahead, go.
Studying sex. And it was, I don't know if either of you, Jamie, have seen this video, but it went viral, and it was this early version of a sex robot, but it was like the silicone face with a wig. And I'll say she was eating a banana, but she wasn't actually eating a banana. And it was.
Get it? The banana was supposed to be a dick. I really want to see this video now, man. I feel like you don't come on the show, but you have the banana-eating sex robot, right? You have the banana-eating sex robot. Again, how hard is her dating life now that she, like, your profession and you look like that? I'm just saying, it's got to, do the two conflict? I feel like they would.
It was basically like this head attached to a broomstick and had a sheet over it. And so you couldn't see the rest of the robot. You just saw the face of it. But then the manufacturer shows you it's just like a broomstick. So what I thought was interesting is that even though it looks so hilariously bad, that there was obviously a market for it because so many people were interested.
Kip Smith, it helps that she literally looks like a sex robot. Yes, thank you for saying it exactly the way I was thinking without putting it into the words. She looks like the sex robots she's talking about. Like the sex robots she's talking about will eventually look like her. Mr. Q also saying, she looks like a sex robot, or maybe I watch too much anime. Like I said, it's really kind of funny. I find it ironic that this is our expert on sex robots, apparently, talking about her own. They made them after her.
Interested in looking at this video, and also that people were buying this product. But now you fast forward, I think it was like 5 years ago, there was a huge...
Toastmaster. Those are robots I don't fear.
Moral panic, but there was a lot more discussion about it. They said the robots are coming. I don't think the technology was quite there yet. I wrote about it quite a bit at the time. And
the robots are coming. Well, I mean, I hope they can. If they put in a good effort, they deserve to. I mean, if you're a robot and you're just throwing it in, you deserve to finally just...
I'm going to come.
When the robots do come...
Oh! Stop it!
Now they're saying in probably another year or two it's going to be really coming in terms of the popularity that these robots are going to be incorporated into everyday life in some cases. Because when I think of social media, the internet, AI, like you said, is becoming so mainstream and so ubiquitous. What's going to happen when we have these robots that are now being integrated into human life? And what happens when the technology does get so good that they are more human-like and they are able to meet people's emotional needs and maybe even physical needs? What's going to happen to us then?
You're going to have a whole lot of people who aren't dating anymore. Let me tell you what's going to happen then. Sperm banks are going to go up in popularity a lot because then people having children will entirely be a thing of need. And you're going to have a whole lot of dudes who are like, wait a minute, you mean she'll just suck and fuck all the time? And then I don't even have to talk to her. I'll say this, we better not have any more problems with that incel community. You guys...
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
It sounds horrible, man. You know what? You know what I can do? I can fill that prescription. I am a licensed cowbell pharmacist. So I'm going to fill that prescription for Shunt Me Even Harder on behalf of LabGlass. LabGlass, thank you for the huge support today, especially. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Cowbell for Shunt Me Even Harder. Hey-o. Awesome. Thank you very, very much for supporting the show. And Shun Me Harder saying thank you for the sub. Let's go ahead and finish this up. We don't have too much. We've got like 12 minutes left in this. We better let it go.
Yeah, we're going to stop breeding. I mean, maybe that's the AI's plan. It's to not
the AI's plan.
Race, but
dude, the AI's plan. I don't know if you know this or not. The sex robots is entirely the guy's plan. Dude, Joe.
Guess what?
What?
I got a fever.
Not good.
And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Thank God I still have some left. All right, we're going to fill that prescription for, we have it for Oh Shit, or Oh It's Laz, and Melpro. All right, thank you for those 2 subscriptions gifted. Let's go ahead. Cowbell for those 2. Hey-o. Kip Smith, I'd settle for a fleshlight on a Roomba. And that's a fucking joke. Oh, man. Okay, so, again, the sex robots are coming, according to that lady. Of all the ironic timings for that to come in, it was now. Let's hop back and double-check in case we have a sticker party showing up. I really don't want to do that willy-nilly. Nah, 400 bits away. Nah. All right, so we got about 9 minutes left in the program. Let's keep going. Again, we're going to stop breeding. Duh! We're going to stop breeding. But again, I don't think it was the AI's plan. And I think that's like the AI's plan. Like the AI. You really think there's like an AI construct out here? No.
Give them options so they just completely stop reproducing. Make the options far more attractive. And in a way, we've kind of done that, like with video games. Video games and just being online. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the statistics of how many people are single today and how many men have gone like more than a year without any sex.
Yeah, I have the stats.
Yeah, but that's again because some of LabGlass is determined to make a sticker party happen, I think. Because now we're 100 bits away. I don't even know what this is. Again, on the guys going without sex thing, I would like to say there is something that needs to be addressed. Some of us guys, myself in particular, are willingly abstinent because I won't have sex with a lady that I'm not physically attracted to, and there needs to be a level of physical attraction for me to have sex with a lady. And quite frankly, most of the ones that are like, hey, how are you? Most of the ones throwing me all the signs are pickers, and I'm not interested. And the ones that I am interested in, they've shot me down. And I've been like, all right, that's the way life is. And I've continued moving on with my life. But again, this idea that we have to go out and we have to have sex, if you already have a kid, if you're someone like me in your later stage of age, no, you don't. You don't have to go out and get laid all the time. You can devote your time to other things. Ironically enough, I do play video games online. I'm not helping myself there at all, even a little. But still. I mean, I'd get laid if the option presented itself in terms of a person I was interested in. All right, go.
That's here. It's like 30% of male millennials and 20% of women.
It's wild.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's crazy. And what is taking the place of them going out and trying to find a mate? What is it? Well, it's the internet. It's video games. It's being constantly stimulated by this artificial realm that exists in Call of Duty.
I'll be honest, Joe. I'll be honest. I'm going to put this down because the music's coming up. So we now have a sticker party kicking off for the end of this. I don't know how much larger we're going to sit on this. This is a serious conversation, and I feel like it's a little bit of a bummer. But again, the digital world thing, I don't know if you know, I play video games and stuff, but that's escapism from my world. It doesn't... Let him cook. We can't let him cook. It's a sticker party. We have to drop everything and pause everything so everyone can go crazy with the stickers for 5 minutes. And we'll just do that, you know. Then we'll let Joe get back to talking about the world being, the digital world being too enticing. I'll say this. It is too easy for people who don't want to be part of the world. That one night on Joe's head, that one right on Joe's head is great. Let's go back. I didn't, oh, the snowball. Oh, there is. Someone got one of the snowballs right on Joe's head. Oh, we got 2 more snowballs right on Joe's head. The confetti's still falling, so that means people are going, oh, nope, never mind. We just finished with the stickers. Now we're all done with the stickers. So now they'll start falling off systematically. Joe's orgasm shots. What the heck? There's an Elvis one? These little celebrity sticker ones are weird. All right. So now that the music's done, let's let Joe get back to this, and we might jump around a bit, but overall, yeah, man, the AI. I don't think it's AI. Thank you for that, lab class. Play.
And it's, interacting with people only online and not having to go out to have
there's truth to that.
Just some sort of intellectual or some sort of a social discourse
connection.
Fulfilled in your life. But it's only through this weird surface way.
Do you think that AI video games, that not avoidance of in-person connection, but that fulfillment of connection through online means, do you think that's going to become a replacement for real-life interaction eventually?
It already is.
For a lot of people. Yeah. I think there's going to be people that reject it. There's going to be people that enjoy going outside, and it's going to be, and it is now. It's a thing where, people post on their social media, they're out hiking, and they're giving people advice. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
right. They are. But I'm saying overall, it is also now, dude, the game I love to play is celebrating 20 years of existence, and it, again, was something that back when it came out, it's like, yeah, there are people that play this that just don't go outside and they don't involve themselves in the world. That happens everywhere, man. I'm almost forced to be that way because of my condition. That shit happens everywhere. But yes, I agree. You got to go out. You got to touch grass. But let's not lie. If you've got a robot that looks like if you got a robot that looks like this lady, you aren't gonna go dating very much now, are you?
Stigma around doing anything with an application to sex or sexuality. So people I've talked to who work in technology, they will usually have one business that is doing really well, that's forward facing, and then they'll usually use that same technology in the sexuality capacity, but that side of things they don't really advertise, and they don't really talk too much about it.
Yeah, because it's taboo in this society, in most societies. Sex is taboo. I don't know. Do we want to keep going with that? I feel like we've gotten the best bits out of it for now. We'll come back to it later. Oh, fuck. Johnny breaking DSP news for tomorrow's show. He's doing a documentary with that guy that did the Boogie documentary. Very interesting vid. Is too long for today, but worth a look. I did see mention of that. He's doing that. He's doing a documentary with that guy. Here's the thing where that documentary, here's where I'll be interested in it. When the documentary comes out, I'll say this. I trust the guy making the documentary to make an honest documentary from what I've seen of him. I trust DSP to be a piece of shit. So, does the documentary happen? Or does he say he's doing it for clout and attention and it doesn't happen? We'll see. I'll judge both the documentarian and the documentary when I see it. But yeah, I would say Rusty Grammar has it right. I think if we have a closing message, it's #touchgrass or whatever. I've got problems. At any rate, we have had a great show today. Thank you for being part of it. Thank you, Awake Jimmy, for rating us. That was super awesome. Most of those people already left, so that's cool. Not cool, but, it's not really a show for them. I get it. It's a different thing. It's weird, but we appreciate that they come over for a few minutes just to bump up the numbers a bit. Always super awesome of Awake Jimmy and his folks. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the show. We're going to head off and call it a day. We'll be back tomorrow for another 2 to 5:30 p.m. show. And then what is that? That's Thursday. So then we have one on Friday and then our show on Sunday, and that's our week. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Good day.
Game over.
What the fuck? Fuck! Who the fuck? Fuck this fucking! How did you do fucking fuck? Game over, man. Game over.
Fuck off.